Hi there, welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. This week's discussion topics include anything you feel is newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality. I might have started too soon, but welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. The topics tonight include anything you think is newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America. And right now, we're having a shitstorm. I'm going to say everything pretty much is. So this show is so bring up any topics you wish, and I have some prepared topics. The show is meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind and to say what they want to say about these topics, and also to serve as a learning tool for white folks who really need to learn about our real racial history so we can be on the good side of history and educate other white people. So tonight I'm going to be streaming from both YouTube and from Facebook. So if you're watching, please come on to YouTube, because I can only keep track of one stream at once. I'm just not that talented. I will figure it out eventually. So if you are there watching, please say hello. And if you're on YouTube, get over here to, it's called Angry Soccer Mom. It's on YouTube. And then you can participate if you want to. So let me see. I have one announcement, which is very soon I'm going to be hosting panels each Tuesday at 9 Eastern, and they're for everybody to join in. They're going to be on a specific topic, and they will be for my friends, viewers, professionals, people who aren't professionals. If you have a PhD in experience, then I want you. Hello. I did not see. I have a little post. Getting it straight. Oh my goodness, I missed everybody. Hi, welcome. We have Frank. Hello. And Anastasia, thank you for being here. We have a ton to talk about, and we can talk about anything you want, and there is a lot. The topics that I prepared for tonight are, some of them are kind of strange. First, is Trump a threat to national security? Okay, kind of obvious. Frank has a question. Okay, great. The question, Nails and Glitter. Hello. Yay. And I'll finish the panel discussion stuff in just a minute. Frank, I have a question. How do you introduce the subject of white supremacy to white people? The first thing, as a white person, there's a certain order of operations that I end up using. And the reason I do that is because each white person is somewhere along the continuum of anti-racism, but everyone's at a different space. So it's really a different place. Kitchen politics, yay! And so when you're teaching it, you really have to gear it to the person. The reason being is white folks are generally very, very sensitive about this subject. And the way I put it, and this is going to sound completely bizarre, if you tell someone you're an alien before they know there are even other planets, they're just going to be like, you're crazy, and they walk away. Well, that's what happens if you jump steps in teaching white supremacy, and anti-racism is what I call it, anti-racism. You freak them out and they run away. They're like, you're crazy, and they run. The first thing I do is teach that race is a human construct. And that might sound really simple and easy, but most white folks that I've worked with don't know that. And I don't even tell them anything else after that. I just explain what a human construct is, teach them about money and body image and just, what other things that are human constructs. And then I let them sit on it for a couple days. No matter what they say back to me, I just go, okay, just whatever. You have to let this is kind of my own, as a social scientist, let it simmer in kind of. They need to digest it and kind of make their way with it. And this is probably a method that's frowned upon by a lot of people because we don't have time for this bullshit, these tears and this, that. But if you really, really want to get people to get it and not run off, if you want to keep your audience, I've seen miracles. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. There's an order of operation, and I think I have it down pretty well after like 5 or 6 years, but I'm not, there's no guarantees. So thanks for asking that. But for the panels, it's a great question. For the panels, I am so excited. I had people put on all these topics that they want to talk, people were helping me on my Facebook, telling me all these topics, and I was very, very, very happy. Kitchen politics. What's up, y'all? Not staying with you too long tonight. Cell phone and laptop issues, buffer. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the rare moments, I don't work a double shift. What's on the agenda for tonight? Okay, I will tell you all. I have stuff prepared. Thanks for being here. Sorry about your computer or your phone. Is Trump a national security threat? Shaquille O'Neal and Papa John's, and I want your opinions. And let me see, I have a few other things. Donald's lynching comments, which were incredibly out of control. And let me see, I have some other things. What do I have here? Susan Rice video that I watched, and she is the national security advisor for Obama, and she had some words to say, and it was very interesting. Let me see, what else? Trump's erratic behavior and what we're all going to do about it and what it means. So we can get started, and anything else you want to talk about, I'm completely open to. If you're watching on Facebook, come on over to my YouTube channel so you can comment. And I'm just going to slide this down, and we will get started. I have kind of a sanctimonious rant for everybody. I just did it off the cuff. I didn't proofread it, so bear with me. It was I was just in a mood, and reading a few articles here and there, and that's so. While you're thinking of stuff you want to talk about, I'm going to do a quick rant, and then we will get started because we have tons to talk about. How shall I start? Okay, I'll just start. There is a widespread fallacy in America, and this is all opinion, it always is, based on what I read. And it's that food insecurity, homelessness, drug addiction, suicide, high school dropouts, police shootings, of innocent people who are doing nothing, and all these social issues that we have are just not solvable. And they're simply a part of life, and we need to just stop worrying about them and just accept them. And I call bullshit on that. And I have more people tell me there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And I kind of believe in people more than that. I actually believe in my fellow humans. Yeah, there is something you can do. It's educate yourself. Education can do miracles. So I believe this kind of thing is not only not true, but it's a total cop-out. It's a cop-out, and it's perpetrated in order to ignore the neediest citizens we have, one of which could be someone you know or yourself. I mean, 1 out of 4 people in America supposedly have serious mental health issues, at least enough to be diagnosed. 1 out of 4, so you know people. And I'm in no way saying social issues aren't complex and perplexing and all that. And they're especially tough when people decide that there's nothing we can do, when we have clear solutions to issues, but no one wants to implement them. So it's ridiculous. So I guess my rant tonight is about making choices and what those choices say about American culture. And a lot of people will tell me, oh, you just hate America. And it's really quite the opposite. I love my country, and I believe in our country. And I believe that our Constitution was made so we could be better. A more perfect union. So that is the truth, but they can believe whatever they want. Based on my hate mail, yeah, they just believe whatever they want. Anyway, so I have a pretty blunt take on this topic. I truly believe that our culture thinks that some lives are more important than others. I think we have police shootings of Black, brown, and indigenous people, African American people, at such alarming rates, not because we don't know how to train officers, but we know how to train officers in de-escalation. We know how to tell the difference between a drunk person and a disabled person and a person who's having a medical emergency. It's called training. You train the person. There are cities all around that do that and do very, very well. It's just not a priority. If you're drug addicted, we throw you in jail if you're poor. And if you're not poor, we'll give you treatment because you must have just, had some tough luck. But if you're poor, it's all your fault. I mean, it's our culture. If you're homeless, we figure you're probably a druggie or a alcoholic and you don't even want help anyway. You'll probably say no because then you can't do your drugs. If you're suffering from mental illness, well, we figure you're probably not trying hard enough. If you're on disability, you're probably lazy. I mean, we think this of our fellow humans, and then all of a sudden we meet one and we realize, oh my God, they're human. Damn. And maybe we readjust our thinking, or maybe we don't. But with the segregation and seclusion that a lot of people are in America right now, you'll never meet somebody like that. And if you do, you might not know it. Did you know that according to the National Foster Youth Institute, it's estimated, and I've said this before, and I did a video on it, 60% of child sex trafficking in America the victims have a history in the child welfare system. Whose child welfare system, you might ask? Ours. There is a direct connection, and that's disgusting. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I read an article today that kind of got me thinking about this topic, and this is old news a little bit, so you might all know. But one state is using historically grim statistics about foster kids that have been monitored over time. It's not, a maybe, it's definitely a thing. And they're using a law to do something about it. And I was so thrilled, I wanted to tell you about it. Youth in Pennsylvania foster care systems will be able to attend college tuition-free starting fall of 2020. They're fostering this act called the Fostering Independence Through Education Act, signed by Governor Tom Wolf in on the 28th, a while back, and it's going to be put into law. And hi, Mr. F.S. Black. The new state law will waive tuition for youth who were in foster care at age 16 or older, including those who have aged out of the system who have been adopted. So I just thought, damn, this is something, we know there's a huge problem, and we did something about it. We did something about it. And part of the stuff that I talk about on this show is very rarely about individuals. It's about the system. A lot of people's personal situation will be different, completely different. But in general, the system is what's going on. Your individual personal circumstances might be completely skewed and outside the system. So we're talking about our community in general, not you. So that's part of the thing you have to remember. This is about the system, not if your individual circumstances aren't this, are worse or better or whatever, then so be it. Some foster parents are fantastic. But in general, it's a really tough thing. And the more poor you are, the worse chances you have of doing well in America. And that doesn't matter what shade you are, but especially if you're a person of color. And it's systematic racism built in. So I was really thrilled, and I wanted to see, what do you guys think of this kind of thing? So as a result, all the Pennsylvania colleges and universities, including public, private, community colleges, and state-related schools, will begin accepting waivers. If you were in the foster program anywhere in the United States, your chances are really, really bad of making it. And it shouldn't be that way, because we know ways to do better. So the cost of the college application is also included. So this made me really happy. I guess my point tonight is that we're supposed to be the wealthiest nation in the world. There are cities that have almost zero police brutality, and they have a lot of crime. There are places where mental health services are fan-freaking-tastic. There are drug treatment programs that have great results. We have solutions. We just have to care enough to use them and implement them. But it's our money, and we'd rather put it into wars and into hatred. And Personally, I find that disgusting. Rant over. Let me take some comments or questions. What do you think of what Pennsylvania is doing? Let me see here. Going to Kitchen Politics. Too frustrated with my phone. Going to my YouTube on my TV. I hope you're still here. Youth in Eyes Asian. I grew up in a trailer park 16 years. A lot of people's problems are their own fault. And you know what? For you, that's probably your reality. It probably is. But in general, I go with the statistics and I go with all the... Hello, Vaughn. Thanks for being here. Vaughn actually has a really rockin', last time I looked, YouTube channel. If you guys have a chance, check it out. Maybe if you want to, Ron, I don't know if you can stay a minute, but tell about your YouTube channel because it's really cool. And Nails and Glitter. So I'm not sure if I'm, answering your comment or speaking to your comment, but I think it's easy to blame everybody else. Not everyone was made equally. Okay, we're looking for equity, not exact equality, but just equity. I hope that makes sense. Anastasia, if America really cared what was going on, they would change it, period. Look how fast they lambasted e-cigs, exactly, and guns. Great point. When e-cigarettes, or whatever they're called, or vaping, I don't know much about it, yes, I sound like a stooge, was killing, 3 people, 7 people? Oh my God! The crisis was like nipped in the butt immediately. And quite frankly, you nailed it, Anastasia, you nailed it. If we cared enough, it would be done. And that's what I say about Trump as well. If we were really, like I said in the last show, this is gross, this is terrible. If he was taking babies and murdering them right in front of the camera on TV, people would be up in arms. But, he's just taking kids away from, parents that care deeply for their children. That's all. It's not bothering us that much. And you might think, well, that's not fair. Give me a break. I care. Well, you might care, but think of all the people who don't. I could do my entire, no offense to my neighborhood, I could do my whole neighborhood. They wouldn't know any of this stuff. I could probably walk down the entire block. They wouldn't know what I was talking about. People are, and I get it, people are busy with life. But anyway, I'm still on the rant. Vaughn, I make mini documentaries, and they are really cool, of MB hip artists that were there in prime and suddenly disappeared. Shameless plug. No, I asked you. It's not a shameless plug. I asked you to do it. And his stuff is great. And I just wanted to say that. Once again, before I continue, I want to make sure the people on this show who are viewers, I want to read what you have to say, and your voice matters. But I'm going to kindly ask that it stay productive. If anyone comes on and just is basically being a troll, and not being productive or being argumentative or not here to learn or to teach, then you have to go. You have to go bye-bye, okay? Because we're not here to make people who believe in equality believe that inhumane behavior is acceptable. It's just not going to happen, okay? So I'm perfectly fine with hearing different points of view, but if you're here to just be a jerk, not going to happen. We don't have time for that. We want to have really nice discussion about serious topics. So let me back it up. Let me see. Of course, I'm behind already. Let me see. Nails and Glitter. Utah provides housing for homeless people. And then because they were the only ones doing it, the program was overrun by homeless people moving there for services. We've seen examples of this working. Tell me more. So are you saying it was a good program or it wasn't a good program? That's interesting because I want to know. Anastasia, I'm going to read your point again. If America really cared what was going on, they would change it, period. Look how fast they lambasted e-cigs and versus guns. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. You have to come on a panel. Seriously, you will be amazing because you get it. Let me see. Anastasia, I've come to the conclusion that until the majority is directly affected, nothing will happen. Sometimes I wonder. Numerical majority group members seem to have, and this is speaking in general, seem to have a really hard time learning vicariously. If we haven't experienced it, then they're just not trying. But lo and behold, when we meet someone who's actually in that situation and we shake their hand, everything changes. They become our friend. And then we're like, wait, this is like a normal human person. This isn't the stereotype that I thought of, and that's one of the hardest parts about what we do is we're so segregated right now. Years ago, I'd never met a Muslim American in my entire life. So guess what I did? I went down to the nearest mosque. I made an appointment first because they were busy. Happened to be on Ramadan. Okay, my bad. I didn't bring food. And I spent 5 hours there. And I met a real live American Muslim. I don't learn about my religious history from Facebook. I want to learn from the real live people who are living it and, professionals. So it's a toughie when we're so segregated. I've come to Anastasia. This is why lynching, mass incarceration, police brutality, gentrification, etc. will go on and on. Just think, we are dealing with issues that we've been dealing with since 1619. Yeah, it's really Soder Broder. Hello, welcome. I don't know if I said that right. Welcome to the show if you're still here. Ciao, Bella. Hello, thank you for being here. Jump on in with comments anytime. Youth in Isaac. When was the last lynching? There are still lynchings of black people. There are still lynchings. And from what I've read and studied and researched, and I'm sure some of the people watching can attest to this, do you realize how many lynchings, real life lynchings, where they take a person who happens to be in the wrong place, according to them, at the wrong time, they grab them and they murder them in front of everybody? That is a lynching. They murder them, and in the olden days, they used to make a party out of it. I don't know what they do now. It's probably a little more covert. But think about the people that you'll find an article here and there that somebody was found suicide in a tree. Give me a fucking break. I don't buy it. So, yeah, there's lynchings all the time still. But there's so many we haven't counted. I could just go on and on. 1981. That's probably something documented. Anastasia, I truly believe that's like a conservative estimate, of course, but since I can say my opinion without backing it up. No, but anyway, let me see. 2011. Okay. I'm talking about some of the things that the police have deemed as suicide. I'm not buying it. Not for 1 minute. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay, I am missing comments here. Let me go back. Oh, Grady 8, you are here. Gary, hello. Grady 8, I just stopped by for a second to say hi. Quick comment. The entire system has to be changed no matter who the POTUS is. Check out John Jetter sometime on Facebook or Patreon. He knows the system well. Okay, thank you for that. Nails and Glitter. Their homeless rate went down to something like 2%. It was amazing. That is what I'm saying. There are places, like look at Oakland, California. They had such a horrific record of police brutality, and they places like that. I don't know how they're doing lately, but I know they were a model program. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to throw that in. Euthanization. No, I was talking to Mr. F.S. Black. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Soda Butter. Make racists afraid again. That's so funny because that is kind of a comment that when Donald Trump first started becoming president, I was thinking that's what needs to be. People need to abhor racism. They need to go. It's like the sickest thing ever, and learn about it, and don't be afraid to talk about it, and all that. But that's just me on my idealism, of course. Let me see. Anastasia. And just like anything, lynchings are modernized. We have guns now. Absolutely, police. Right. Your comment got held. I think you're in trouble. Let me see. Euthanization. Blacks kill more whites than vice versa. Well, here's the thing. People, that's really not, people kill if they are criminals in the area that they live. And all the research shows that it's very, very similar statistics. You kill where you live. Lovely, huh? And we're very segregated. So that's how it works. A lot of times people will hear stereotypes that they want to believe, but you have to look at real data, real research, not just like Fox News, or you have to actually get academic research that is peer reviewed. That is usually pretty decent, but you can't just look anywhere for your stats. So it's really tough to argue stats because most stats are complete BS because the people are getting them from, no offense, from the internet. They're not really getting them from the academia and people who know how to do stats. Just my take, but I feel very strongly about that. Let me see. So that is an opinion, and I can't even go there. Let me see. Grady 8. Yep, Anastasia and the cops are doing most of the lynching. Well, we're allowing them to. We're allowing them to. Ever heard of Red Summer? Yes. Yep. Any evidence of these lynchings? I personally could come up with police reports, but I don't want to do your work for you. You can look. You can come up with police reports. A lot of the stuff, some public information. The police reports, just like when Trump's parents were accused of being KKK members, Vice News went to the police at the time where they lived and got the arrest slip from the father's arrest at a Klan rally. And there were newspaper articles. So you can dig this stuff up. It's possible. It's just a lot of folks don't want to because they want to just believe what they want to believe. They don't care about the truth. Let me see here. Anastasia, Kim, that's not actually true. Vicarious trauma does not always work because many have been conditioned to blame the victim. That's what I was saying, is that they don't learn vicariously. They don't. They are not capable of it. So, in other words, unless they live it, they just don't get it. That's, yeah, and then that's what I mean. We're agreeing, actually. I was saying that a lot of white folks can't learn vicariously. A lot of people in general, not just white people, but learning vicariously is tough if they're segregated and you don't know a Muslim person. You don't know a black person very well. So that's kind of the problem. But yeah, no, I was saying the same thing you're saying. Exactly. Let me just see. I skipped a bunch of people, sorry. Let me go back. I hope that makes sense, Anastasia. I wish I had a microphone so you could be here talking to me, then you'd understand. Yes, they blame the victim and they'll do anything. They refuse to learn vicariously. Mr. F.S. Black, the proof is in our history. Look up redlining. Yeah, if you don't know a lot about racial history in America, like Jim Crow, black codes, redlining, sundown towns, the Devil's Punch Bowl, the origins of police, then you may be accidentally speaking with some ignorance. Because if you don't know our real racial history, then you're speaking from an opinionated viewpoint, but an ahistorical one. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Let me just see. Let me see. Anastasia, we have a rape issue, but no one knows a rapist. Right, exactly. But we actually probably do. But yeah, exactly. Good point. Anastasia, nasal glitter was deemed a suicide. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Pat, yay, hello. Oh, okay. There was a lynching in Mississippi in 2015. The white supremacists had, yep. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It wasn't a confirmed lynching. I don't know. And here's the bottom line. We still have debating the teeny little details. Was it a lynching or was it not? We have rampant systemic racism and abuse that I consider a crime against humanity to people of color, people who are black, people who are brown, people who are indigenous, people who are African American, Hebrew, Israelites, you name it. Okay? And that is abhorrent. So the details we can debate, but the fact is we have a huge, huge problem. And a lot of people don't know, deny it, and don't care. So it's pretty bad. Let me see here. Yeah, so euthanize Asian. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I'm not sure what your point is, to be honest. That you're going to prove that, I'm not sure. So I'm going to move on. Gary, Trump subconsciously wants to have witch hunts and lynchings again. He misses the good old, oh, absolutely. The way he talks about it, yeah. The way he talks about it, absolutely. It's kind of scary. Remember, if you're here to just kind of be a troll and not learn and kind of repeat your point over and over again, I'm going to just ignore you. I know that sounds rude, but I'm not letting people sideline the show. Let me see here. Yeah, and if you're not here to listen and learn, and you're just, then I'll just be ignoring you because it's not okay. All right. Let me see. I am skipping people. I am so sorry. Let me catch up. Oh, Nails and Glitter. I'm driving, so I don't have time to read the. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad you're listening anyway. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Oh, kitchen politics. Today outside, a Walmart. Oh, I'm not reading that. You are so naughty. Kitchen politics, you're in trouble. You're in lots and lots of trouble. Okay. I just want to go down. I cannot read that. I will skim it. A woman wearing a Trump shirt called me a racist name. It felt great. People of all colors jumped in pronto to defend me. Where I live, 80% GOP registered Trumpsters. I am so happy that people jumped in to defend you. That just made my day. Good. As they should. As they should. Somebody who's like that, I mean, that's just really, really, that's crazy. I mean, that's cuckoo in my book. To call somebody a racial slur, like, it's like, how much anger is in you? Like, what's wrong with you? That's all I have to say. But keep the comments coming, guys. Pat says, so true. I am so sorry that happened, but that makes me happy that people cared and jumped in. And that's the thing. I'm trying to encourage white folks to learn to talk about racism, bigotry, and inequality to the point where they find their voice and can teach other white folks. And it's not because, oh, we have to be the saviors or, oh, we have to be the heroes. It's because it's the decent thing to do because we love our fellow humans and we're not going to put up with this crap. It's ridiculous. It's gone too long. What if our generation or the next generation just says, you know what? Everybody collectively says, we're done. We're done. We're not doing this anymore. We're not having this bullshit racism and systemic racism and harming people and making people, wouldn't that be so cool if people just educate? And so white folks, we have the responsibility to educate other white folks. It is not the responsibility of people who are suffering from our systemic abuse every single day. It's not their responsibility to teach us. Okay? So white folks need to jump on board. We were born into it. We didn't do it, but we know about it now, and we know it's wrong. So let's educate ourselves and try to, be a team. Just my take. Gotcha. Let me see here. Okay, kitchen politics. I read yours. I just didn't want to read the ugly and the fat part because that's like, kind of, yeah, you know me. Okay, Mr. Jefferson, 85% of violent crime against Caucasians in this country were committed by another white person. You know about white on white crime? But yeah, I know that was to him. Yeah, he's not going to be here anymore, I don't think. Well, you know, most don't want to hear the truth. Pat, that is very true. Yeah, I've said the word black out loud in a room of white people, and they flip shit. They lost it. Like I just said, oh yeah, the black kid over there, you know, 'cause they couldn't find the kid. And oh my God, they lost it. I'm like, it's not a bad word. But anyway, let's not get off track here. Thanks, Mr. Evans Black. I got it. Pat, the first step is to accept that it's happening and try to correct it. Absolutely. And people often talk about reparations and ask me personally, and I don't know why they ask me, but what do you think? Do you think we'll get reparations? And I'm like, 50% of white adults in America think we're in a post-racial era. No. I think that people are so ignorant, they won't even admit. I mean, it's crazy. We're crazy low on, you know, that's just my take. Anastasia, what I don't understand is you have the presidency and the Senate, but you still feel like you have to be vicious. You still feel like, I'm waiting for, let me see, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, Anastasia, so tell me more. What I don't understand is that you have the presidency and the Senate, but you still feel like you have to, yeah, just when you write more, I'll try to catch on. If you are watching on Facebook, I cannot see comments on Facebook, unfortunately, so I would love it if you'd come over and support my YouTube channel by getting over here and joining in on the conversation. That would be amazing. And I know Anastasia will probably tell me when she can. So, Donald Trump, a threat to our national security. I'm going to start with that, and please tell me what you think. Because as many of us have noticed, Trump appears to be getting less and less stable as each day passes, and evidence of misconduct is building up from the witnesses and the impeachment hearings, and you know, I think he's starting to lose it. There was a point at which I didn't think Donald could get any less, you know, stable, but now I realize that I was underestimating him severely. Yesterday, one of the most damning testimonies took place, given by Ambassador William B. Taylor, Jr., and I think it's probably the worst for him, at least. And so he's got to be really, really freaking. Okay, Anastasia. I still feel like you have to be vicious. You still feel like you need to convince us of Trump's brilliance. A great brand sells itself. Are you talking about I do? Me personally? Because I don't think he's brilliant. I think he's a total moron. He's a horrible person. But explain more. Are you saying, this is what you might be talking about? Is that he's constantly saying how great he is, and if you're great, you need not speak a word of how great you are. Well, he's not great, and he knows it, and he's insecure. But if that's what you're talking about, I got it. Otherwise, tell me what you mean, because I'm losing. I don't know. Kitchen politics. What is everyone's thought on the disgraceful display by the GOP members storming closed doors impeachment proceedings today? Should they be fined, censored? They broke the law doing this, you know. Yeah, I was really, really blown away, and I got that somewhere in here too. I'm actually getting to that in this segment, so we will definitely talk about that. Syl Gibraltar, the Trump administration has more departures than LaGuardia. Yeah, he's very good. That's a good one. He's a mess. He's a wreck. And I think he's going to try to take us all down with him. And I'm personally kind of scared. He's getting worse and worse. This testimony. Oh, Anastasia, no, Trump supporters. They feel like they know a secret knowledge that we are too stupid to know. Yeah, I just think they don't want to know the truth because they've decided what they've decided, and their feelings are too hurt to, I don't know what's going on, but it's really scary. I think it's funny how but yeah, good points, Good point. Oh, as always. Mr. S. Black, I think it's funny how these racist trolls who come here like to say, show me proof. But when you tell them to look something up, they ignore it. They're too indoctrinated to talk. Right. They don't want proof. They don't, there's no proof. It's called research. It's called, I mean, they're ahistorical and they're not academic. I mean, they literally are not academic. They don't want to be. A lot of what I say is from research. It's not my opinion. You'd be surprised what my real opinion is on a few things, because I don't give it. Sometimes I give it, but not on everything. I go with the stats and I go with the research, because that's what you do when you read and learn. And you know, I'm not special. It's just it's what we do. But yeah, good point. Very good point. Let me see. Yeah, derailment. Absolutely. He's trying to throw us and derail us. He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't care. His mind is made up that his opinion, sampling of one, his own experience, which is very limited, will suffice to judge the entire world. And that's really sad, because I have a lot of friends who were raised white in very impoverished areas. And they're not like that. It's because they're academic. And they want to learn the truth, not just what pleases their, agenda, I guess, is what you could say. But yeah, we could talk about that all day. Dunning-Kruger effect. Psychologically and sociologically, it's a nightmare. To the history. Absolutely, Stevie. He needs to research the American history, but I don't think he's going to, based on the sampling right here of what we've just seen. Kitchen politics. Typical reaction by trolls. They're inbred and know better. I don't feel sorry for them. Carry on. Okay, yeah. I do feel sorry for them, because a little bit. Not sorry in the way you think like, oh, I have to help them, but just like once you learn the truth and you become like kind of academic in your understanding and you use real research, you learn the truth fast and there's no going back. It's a very holistic thing for people. I don't think living a lie is healthy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Living a lie is not healthy, probably. And that is my opinion. Okay. Pat, why is it that most white folks who know Trump is doing the wrong thing, but they still go along with what he is doing? People, jump on in and tell Pat your opinion. My opinion is that it's, first of all, it's from a number of varied, very convoluting things. It's part of it is that the backfire effect is a human sociological, psychological phenomenon, and it's been studied for a long time. And the original thoughts that you learn, aka you're raised, by parents who endorse racism or just our society, you tend to cling on to your original beliefs even harder when you are given the truth and it's against what you believed originally. You literally try to cling on to your original beliefs, and it's a psychological thing. I don't get it. It's been studied over time, and it's really sad. But that's one of the reasons. And then there's always the Kruger-Dunning, which I don't want to get into because it's kind of mean. But a lot of folks are not able to accurately assess their ability, their knowledge. They think that, I always use this example, they think that them having liked the movie Apollo 13 is the same as someone being a PhD in astrophysics and having had 3 moonwalks. It's not. I'm glad they liked the movie, but their opinion is not equal. And that's kind of a nice way to put it. I don't know. Anyway, let me keep going here. And anyone else, please answer his questions. It's not just to me. Soldier Broder, voting blue no matter who is our only chance to get rid of Trump. Don't make a mistake again. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point. Very wise. Very wise. Anesthesia. It scrolled up again. We can vote blue all day, but if they still have the mind of Trump and psychopaths, it's just as bad. It's just the slow knife versus the fast jab. Yeah, it's a toughie. It's a real toughie. I know some people believe that the Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans. They just are more covert. I don't know. It's not my place to tell you what to think in that regard. But I do know that I don't think our nation's going to survive if we get him another 4 years. I don't know if it's going to survive till he's either ousted or loses. He has a lot to lose by leaving. He's a very mentally ill man. He has psychological issues that are extremely bad. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's scary. He's scary. I know I don't need to tell you that. I don't know, but yeah, I think I know what you're saying, Anastasia. It's tough. I'm still waiting. I put up a post the other day of me like a skeleton, still waiting for a comprehensive plan from one of the Democratic, the people who might become the nominee, a comprehensive plan of how they are going to tackle systemic racism. I want to know all the details, and I'm not getting it. I'm getting kind of hit or miss here and there, and that's disturbing to me because, obviously I'm going to vote blue no matter what because that's our only choice, but I want to see a comprehensive plan. Does anyone else kind of feel that way? I mean, comprehensive. Police brutality, mass incarceration, everything. I want to see a comprehensive plan that is promised to be done and will be followed through with. Maybe I'm dreaming, but it's kind of what I do. Let me see here. Kitchen politics. Hillary Clinton has said she might jump into the 2020 race. I saw that. Was that a joke? Or I saw that and I didn't get to look it up. Yeah, interesting. If the opportunity arises, what say you, friends? If Biden bows out, then that's the opportunity she might take. She could defeat Trump this time. Oh, I don't know. That is a juicy topic. I don't know. That brings up a lot of history. I don't know. Tell them what you think, you guys. I don't know. I did read just a quick thing, and I was like, damn. Nails and glitter. I think he resonates with a lot of people because they believe the lie of supremacy. Yeah, nails and glitter, that's where I'm at. I think subconsciously they know. They completely know. I mean, there's no supremacy. That's a bunch of crap. But they feel so bad about themselves, maybe, that they have to cling on to, I was born white. Like I always say, if the best thing you ever did was be born white, that's pathetic. You didn't do it. It was a chance. I'm not against being white, but we're not supreme. We're humans. There's no supreme. If you're supreme in one thing, maybe you're not so great in another. Everybody has areas of great achievement and areas of challenge. This is called being human. The whole supremacy thing is just, I don't get it, but maybe someday I will. I just think we have some major issues. Let me see. Good. Yeah. Mr. Elvis Black. On another note, the premiere of the show Watchmen showed a vivid interpretation of the yes. Mm-hmm. Massacre on Black Wall Street. Many white viewers were shocked to find out this suppressed historical atrocity. It's kind of funny because Black Wall Street and there's a number of those, obviously, you know that, and a lot of people don't want to know our real racial history, or they don't get that they don't know it. They think they know it. And a lot of it's, whitewashed in school. What a lot of the textbooks say is, yay, emancipation and everything was great. They don't mention sundown towns. They don't mention horrific murders like Black Wall Street. They don't mention black codes. They don't mention these horrible lynchings, stuff like Emmett Till. They don't mention the history. They don't teach our real racial history. So it's really tough. Let me see. Ghost Killer. Hi. Oh, hello. I'm not going to comment that much tonight. Okay. But thank you for being here. Anyway, I appreciate it. Nails and glitter. Trump's just doing the same stuff politicians have always done. He's telling you he's doing it. Oh, he's just telling us that he's doing it. That's the only difference. Yeah, I'm not quite jaded like that, but I mean, I'm a white person. Hey, you know, I don't think they all do that. I truly believe there's got to be somebody in the crowd who's truly good. Moppy! Okay, that's what I was like, I'm supposed to know you. I always forget it's Moppy. Thanks, Moppy. Okay. Gary, he will cling to his power. It will be messy. That's what I'm afraid of. And so are a bunch of other people. You won't believe some of the research I just did. Let me see. This message. Soldier Burger. Anastasia. Trump is mentally ill. Something. It's pretty stupid that some people are starting to split the Democratic vote at this time in the U.S. history. For more years of Trump, 4 more years of Trump is hardly progressive. Yeah, I hope people aren't splitting the vote. He's a de facto leader of the modern white supremacy movement in the world. He's not a good choice, you know, for a nation that boasts liberty and justice for all and has a constitution that, if used correctly, could actually get us there. I'd say he's the opposite of what we need to have. But, you know, let me see. Gary, Nails and Glitter. He is far worse than any actual politician has ever done. Don't kid yourself. Okay, and that's kind of how I feel too. He truly believes all these things. He's the real thing. I mean, I'm not judging him even from what he's done as president. Just look back at who he was before he was president. He was a horrifically racist person. Horrifically racist person. And, you know, Central Park 5 kids. My God. I won't get into it, but yeah. Let me see here. Gary, I would tend to, I agree with what you're saying, but I mean, everyone's perspective is different. I'm white. I have a different perspective. And that's why I know you're listening to her as well, because it's good to hear it. Let me see. Soldier Brother, you run to the polls when somebody like Trump is your opponent. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Anthony, hello, Mom. Nice to see you again. I'm just going to sit back and listen and learn. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Anastasia, Gary, no, he isn't actually. Clinton, Reagan, Nixon was worse. Yeah, you know, I guess we could debate that, but I think, like, obviously, you know what I think. I think he's absolutely off the charts. There's no comparison. But, I mean, maybe you have a valid point. I don't know a ton to compare. I think he's the worst I've ever, you know, seen in my generation. But it's just an opinion, you know. Let me see here. Oops, I went back again. Oh my goodness. Okay, Soldier Brother. Trump wouldn't be trusted to run a hog stand here in Northern Europe. You know what, Soldier Brother? Honestly, I would not let him babysit my pet rock. I mean, I don't even have a pet rock, but I'm just saying, if I did, oh my God, I would not let him near anything that I cared about. If he invited me to the White House, I would be like, oh my God, no. I think he's a sicko. I'm afraid of him. I think he's a terrorist. That's just my opinion. I think he terrorizes his own citizens, us. I'm traumatized by him, and I'm white, so I don't know. I can't imagine what other people are. It's just my thing. But yeah, I think he's terrifying. Good point. I'm very happy you're here, Soldier Broder. You're making good points. Mr. Evans Black, I still remember when Hillary called men super predators, and my father was in prison during my childhood, which was at the same time Clinton's 3-strike bill, so screw Hillary. Yeah, a lot of people are like, that was a horrific thing that Bill did. And she did call, yeah, she did that. She did that. A lot of folks are not educated. My hope and dream and prayer is that the people who are running now are more. I know Biden's doesn't seem like he's quite getting it, but I know Elizabeth Warren does seem to. I mean, a lot of them seem to. Like, at least I know Beto O'Rourke. Oh my gosh, he's it's kind of weird because you can say they get it up to a point, and then they say no reparations, and then people say that they don't get it. So let's just be real. I'm going to say it. White folks, we are never going to get there. It's not possible. We will never live like it is and know what it's like to be a person who is not white in a society based on white supremacy. But it doesn't mean we stop trying. It doesn't mean we stop caring. It doesn't mean we just pretend we don't see it. And some of the folks that are running right now, I think they get it probably more than most, but maybe, obviously not as well as they could. Some of them maybe. I mean, it's tough to tell, but because some of them are much more vocal than others. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just glad they're even talking about anything that has to do with it. But it's tough. I don't blame people for just. I don't blame folks for just saying, you know what? I don't believe in any of them. I'm jaded. I don't trust any of them. We've earned that. We've earned that. What, it's only been how many years? A couple hundred plus? We've earned it. Talk's cheap. And if the numerical majority in this country wanted systemic racism gone, it would be gone. That's the bottom line. So anyway, I am blabbing away. Let me read. Anastasia. Gary, no, he isn't actually right. Okay, I already read that. Sorry. Got it. Sorry. And Mr. FS Black, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's heartbreaking. That is just freaking heartbreaking. When I read about that stuff, the 3 strikes thing, and I read about people who had a straw in their back pocket, and their 3rd strike was they had a soda and a drink, and they were going to use it, and somebody arrests them for being it's drug paraphernalia all of a sudden, and that's their 3rd strike. I mean, that was abused. God, was that abused. And a horrible, horrible thing. But let me see. Anastasia, neither party actually cares what he's doing. It's just he's doing it so brazenly. I care what he's doing. I can't, I don't know, but yeah. Pat, they don't talk about the doctrine of seclusion documentary that was in place to stop blacks from getting any type of wealth in this country. Well, we can certainly talk about that on this live show. In fact, I would love to with you. So just, hey, pour on the research, tell us, teach us. And maybe we'll have it as a topic or something, because you can bring up topics too. It doesn't just have to be my opinion, because I want the people watching to be the educators as well. And Pat, you know a lot of stuff. Gary, Anastasia, sorry to disagree, but they were nowhere near as bad, not excusing their actions. Right, I mean, there are levels of bad. And I get it. It's a very personal thing. Everyone has their own opinion. Nails and glitter. Yeah, super predator Biden and Hillary. Yeah, a lot of people are, yeah. It's kind of interesting because for me, Trump, just because he's so overtly horrific and cruel and inhumane, but, I'm sure other presidents have maybe felt like him, but he seems to be an equal opportunity sicko. He's harming people in the LGBTQ community. He's harming immigrants. He's harming people of color. He's harming black people. He's nasty to African Americans. He's a real hater. He's horrific to women. My God. He's an accused rapist many times over. I mean, it's just so sick if you think about it. Oh my God. Let that sink in. Our president, oh my God. I don't want to think about it. What he did to that little girl who's now an adult. He and his buddy Epstein. God, I don't want to think about it. But Timmy, yay! Yay. I'll get right. I think I jumped to you. Let me see. Okay. I have to find my spot. Sorry about that. Anastasia. The thing is, black people have always been told to grin and bear it. And the problem is, a lot of us are not going to vote for someone that is on their diet racism anymore. Yeah. And Anastasia, I don't blame you, not one single bit. Not what you're asking, but absolutely. I cannot imagine. I honestly cannot fathom being a black person, a brown person in this country right now. I can't. It's not in my repertoire of ability to think about how I would be enraged. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't judge anyone for what they think. I mean, in that regard, because this is ridiculous. Equity should not be even an issue. We're supposed to have liberty and justice for all. We have a constitution. I think it's our culture. We have a screwed up culture. And I just think, I love our country. I know we can do better. And that's why I blab constantly about anti-racism and anti-bigotry and trying to make people aware of inequality. I believe in us, as bad off as we are. I believe in us because I've seen people change and grow. And it's just scary stuff right now. But yeah, Anastasia, oh my gosh, yeah. Mr. F.S. Black, Trump isn't that much worse. He's just more open with his bigotry while others were more covert. Yeah, and I'm sure. And also I'm following him very, very carefully. I've never followed a president like this. And the only reason I'm following him is because this is what I do. And he happens to be incredibly overtly racist, so everything he does falls into that category. He's like, he is the picture of capitalism on steroids. He's a mess. And not to interrupt this little conversation, but if you are on Facebook right now and you'd like to join the conversation, I would love you to come to my YouTube channel to support my YouTube channel. Come on, say hello. Don't be shy, because I don't have the conversation on you. I don't have the Facebook conversation up, so I cannot see what you're saying if you are saying something. Let me see. Anastasia, maybe not for you. I was a victim of Nixon, Clinton, and Reagan. The war on drugs, the crime bill, 3 strikes rule, and etc. But they did it while smiling in our faces. Yeah. And also they did it by acting like it was a really good thing and having everyone convinced that, oh, we're really helping. So I can't imagine. Yeah, it's not that I don't get what you're saying. It's that I can't imagine how. What I'm trying to say is, I respect your opinion. I respect your take, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, I did not get impacted by them at all. Not even one bit, because I'm white and I was a lot younger. And I had privilege. I didn't have to think about it. That's the truth. I was still learning about what racism was during their, anyway. Kitchen politics. AOC grilled Zuckerberg on fact-checking political ads by Facebook. What do you feel about the Zuckerberg meeting with Trump and Republicans behind closed doors recently? Russia, Iranian trolls are out and about. Beware. I read a little bit about that, but I didn't read too much into it. I'm not so keen on Zuckerberg personally, but definitely put in what you think, you guys, and definitely answer his question. You saw I did a whole live show on Racebook. I'm disgusted, and I won't get into it, but good question to bring up. Thanks, Kitchen Politics. Anastasia, at least he is a true enemy than a fake friend. That's true. I guess that's the silver lining, is you know exactly what you're getting. I mean, I guess, but he's terrifying. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I get that, I think. Soldier Broder, well, who are you going to vote for? Somebody you know somebody you know can't win with zero political power. That's just somebody I know. Somebody you know can't. I'm not sure. I really like Elizabeth Warren. I don't know. I also really like, I think, okay, I'll just tell you what I think. I think they should all get together and be in one giant cabinet and find a spot that they do best and kick some ass and get this country to where liberty and justice for all isn't a giant, stupid lie. I'm so sick of living a lie. And if I'm sick of living a lie, I can't imagine what other people are. So, good question. I wasn't quite sure what you meant about the somebody you know can't win. That with zero political power. Yeah, that. I wasn't sure what you meant by that, but Timmy, I'm sorry, I think we will get along as we have, wait, okay. I'm sorry, I think we will get it along as we have white allies like yourself. Timmy, you are so sweet. That's very sweet, but thank you. I'm a little jaded, because I work with white folks who don't want to learn, and it's really terrifying because they don't. Why would you not want to learn the truth? I don't get it. But anyway, thank you, Tim. You're very sweet. You know I love you. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Let me see. Sorry for Anastasia. So you call someone dumb because you're tired of being used? Then I'm a big D. A. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you explain? And if you're talking to me, did I call someone dumb? I'm not sure. So try to clarify that if you can, because if we had phones, I'd know what you're talking about. I think. Service lack. Exactly. Better to know outright who's against you than be stabbed in the back. Makes sense. It's not just racism, it's education, healthcare, etc. Absolutely. That doesn't stop just because you don't want to vote. Yeah, and clearly a lot of this is actually very, very based on economic privilege. And we all know that. It's all intertwined. This is tough stuff. But I see other countries that are supposed to be Western, countries, and they're doing way better than us with healthcare, way better than us with happiness, way better than us with everything. And I guess we're just too proud to open up our eyes in America and say it doesn't have to be this way. Because I know my friends in Canada and my friends in, even my friends in Mexico are like, you guys are crazy. We're doing way better. See, we like to think we're all so great, but if the stats aren't showing that, I mean, my son's friends in Europe, they won't let them come visit because they don't want them to get shot because they know our high rate of gun violence. I mean, we have issues that are curable. We just don't want to. That's my take. Let me see here. Mr. F.S. Black. Oh, no, sorry. It's not. Yes. Wait. I personally don't vote. I feel it's just an illusion to just make the people feel like their voice matters when the wealthy elite are the ones who have the last word. Good point. We have serious issues with the wealthiest elite. They are running our country. Nails and glitter. No more kumbaya. Yep. I believe it. Warning. Oh, okay. Kitchen politics. Warning was written by an anonymous top-level Trump administrative person. I'll give details on the daily workings of the Trump house. Want to take a guess as to who the anonymous writer was? Yes, I do. It's probably his vice president. I'm sure that was probably I'm just kidding. I don't know. Ghost Killer, you're here. Let me get your... To be honest, I hate both parties. Democrats just use black people and fuck us over. In the end, Republicans are not different, and Republicans try to rewrite history to fit their narrative. Yeah? I believe it. Let me see. Sorry, I'm losing my place here. Anastasia, when I speak of neither party, I don't mean us, the worker bees. I mean the elitists. Biden and Trump's kids aren't the only ones getting jobs because their names or contracts, the corruption is systemic. Right. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Soldier Voter, I have voted every single time in my life. This is what I don't get about Americans. Okay, here's the thing. It's American racism and bigotry and inequality is very unique. It's not that other countries don't have it. We have our own unique brand. And a lot of times, my friends from Europe, my friends from Australia, they're like, they just don't get it. And it's because you really, it's like reading a book versus living it. The systemic racism runs deeper than most white folks could ever imagine. It's to the core of our being. And living here, if you study it and live it, you can kind of get closer, but you kind of got to be here. That's just my opinion, because I have a lot of people who don't understand it from other countries who I talk to, and I try to explain it, and it's kind of special here in America. Not in a good way. And I'm not saying I don't love America, but I just, as I said before, I know we can do better. But that might be part of it, is that if you don't live here, it's hard to immerse yourself in a culture if you're not there, So I guess that's probably my take. But I'm not sure. Maybe, let me see. But I love your comments because they're really they're personal and they're very unique. So you're doing a really great job in the conversation. I love it. Ghost Killer, gotta go. Peace, everybody. Bye, Ghost Killer. Thank you for showing up here. I appreciate you very, very much. Happy you're here. Bye, Moppy. Mr. FS Black. You gotta be here to know. Yeah. Okay. Anesthesia. Did it stop when I did vote? I never said I wasn't going to vote. I gave an explanation. Now, if you don't accept that, that's your choice. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, but okay. Pat, in 1619, the 1619 Project examines the legacy of slavery in America. Read all the stories. Yes, I have been looking over that. I get it on my feed all the time. The 1619 Project is a major initiative from New York Times, observing the 400th anniversary of the beginning of American slavery. It aims to reframe the country's history, understand 1619 as our, I hope you have more comments down there, as our, I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Okay, that's, yeah, 1619, it's really good. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm going back. Anastasia, but it's very privileged, too, for your guests to have righteous indignation when black people haven't been able to vote, really, for 55 years without blatant voter suppression and lynchings, beatings, etc. Yeah, I didn't know that he was having that. I think he's not from the U.S., so he doesn't kind of know all the, maybe the details, and he doesn't live it. Maybe I'm just guessing, but yeah, I didn't know he came across that way, but now I think I see what you're saying now. Mr. F. is back. We've been voting for years, and we're trying to teach him, I guess. We've been voting for years, and yet this system remains the same. It's always been. Yeah, I do not blame anyone for being jaded. I mean, how long do you sit and make nice when the nation you live in has chosen collectively as a system that you will not be afforded equity? How long do you just sit and say, oh, okay, I'll wait? No. People have every right to be absolutely enraged. I mean, Not like I'm the white person giving you permission, but that's just, how long do you wait until you say, I can't take it anymore? 100 years? 200? 300? I don't know. Let me just see. Yeah. Pat, true. Founding and placing the consequences of slavery and the contributions of Black Americans at the very center of the story. We tell ourselves about who we are. Read all the stories. Yeah, I'm gonna actually. I'm needing to do that because I'm always just so busy. But I gotta doing other research and Anastasia. I wasn't talking to you, Kim. I was talking to your guest from Germany. Oh, okay, okay. Anastasia. Soldier. Trump said he just built a wall in Colorado, a state that does not have a border with Mexico. That's just how nuts he is. I know, I read that too. I was laughing, like inside, crying inside, laughing. I'm like, he is truly a freaking, like, and I read that too, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Colorado is like in the center of the, oh. And I didn't really read the article because I was just like, whatever. He's a very desperate man at this point. But yeah, I read that just as I was coming on here going, oh my God. A warning was written by former NSA John Bolton. This book will expose the garbage foreign politics of the Trump White House. I think kitchen politics, for years and years to come, decades, we are going to hear stuff. This is going to be incorporated into the fabric of our country. All the behind the scenes stuff that he's doing. All the stuff. If we're hearing half the stuff, just think what he's doing that we're not hearing. Okay, to add, Kim, they don't get why we haven't revolted and killed everyone. The German POWs saw that when they were brought here and witnessed it for themselves. Black soldiers were made to sit behind them. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's a tough thing. Anthony Kirkwood, love the podcast one, but time to go to bed. Go to work tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, Anthony. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled that you were here. And sweet dreams. And I am very, very happy. I'm thrilled to have everybody. You're wonderful. Oh, okay. Soldier Broder. Anastasia, I am Black. Okay. I think maybe, I don't know. I didn't know that. Okay. Good night, Anthony. Okay, that, interesting. And in German, are you in Germany? Is that right? I didn't know where it said you were in Germany. I must have missed that. That's kind of cool, though, that you're in Germany. Oh, Anastasia, I never said you weren't. I said you were German. Okay. Mr. F.S. Black, in the words of Dave Mustaine, if there's a new way, then I'll be the first in line, but it better work this time. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I feel the frustration. I mean, I'll never get it, but I feel it. It's got to be just this feeling of horrific helplessness. This nation, we live a lie. The white folks in this nation live a lie. And it's disgusting. I don't know what to say. Well, I do because I keep talking, but Kitchen Politics. As always, great show tonight. Cheerio, everyone. Good night, Kitchen Politics. I'm so happy you didn't have to work a double shift so you could be here. Thank you. Let me see. But John Bolton was horrible too. There wasn't a war he didn't love. Derek Williams, hello, welcome. I did not know you were there. The U.S. government hired the Nazi scientists to build rockets for us. Yeah, I mean, we're all about money. We'll use them and abuse them. We're all about money, obviously, and it's gone wild. Capitalism gone nuts. That's just my take, but yeah. Thank you for jumping in. Pat, when legal slavery ended in 1865, there was great hope for formerly enslaved people. Between 1865 and 1870, the Reconstruction amendments established birthright citizenship, making all black people, yes, and you know what it also did? If you look back during that small period of time, black people were in government. There was 500 people voted in positions in this country. And they were going to, they were going to make a life for themselves. And it's the Compromise of 1877 that screwed us up completely, taking those the military out of the South so they could go back to what they really wanted to do. And people got a taste of it, and they were in government, and they were, on their way. It doesn't have to be this way. Okay, I'm going to jump back into some of this stuff. So, and the topic we're talking about, if you just got here, is Trump is a threat to our national security. So this guy testifies. Taylor's testimony confirms that everything we thought, basically, very explicitly. And as the election and the possible impeachment move along and get closer, I think we're only going to see Trump's behavior. I'm not like some, great, person who guesses the future, but it's not really hard to guess. His behavior is deteriorating further. Today, citing pressure by Trump, urging Republicans to get tougher and fight the impeachment inquiry, a group of, did you guys hear about what they did? They basically broke the law. They broke into a closed door meeting. A group of Republicans stopped the impeachment people testifying for 5 hours. They came in chanting, "Let us in," one newspaper said, and they barged in with their cell phones. It's unbelievable. Apparently, chaos, a lot of newspapers were saying chaos erupted as a number of Republican lawmakers stormed into the room. This whole thing is really bad. Some of the Democrats said that it's the closest thing they've ever seen to civil unrest inside their actual, government, in the government, by the people who are supposed to be, politicians, supposedly. The Republicans disrupted the testimony because they believe it's not fair. Well, you know what's not fair? Is that he's been doing crime after crime after crime, or at least immoral act after immoral act, and that we're not booting his ass out. That's unfair too. So, I'm not, give me a break. It's unfair because the members of the committee already include Republicans and Democrats. They are not being represented. Both parties attend and ask questions at the hearings, and whether it's public or not, it's ridiculous. They were ridiculous. I'd like to know your take on the danger we're putting on our nation while Trump still occupies the White House. I think he's snapping. I don't want someone snapping running our government. And I bet you don't either. He surrounds himself with people who are yes men. They are, brainwashed. I don't know what. They're brainwashed. They've allowed horrific things to go on. I can't think of any other reason. So I'd like to know what you think. Trump has had so many questionable behaviors that are immoral. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about inhumane things that he's done. Paying off the two women to keep quiet. Why is that not impeachable? Refusing to show his taxes when we know he's benefiting from it and he's lying. Profiting off of the office of the presidency at every turn, interfering with the Mueller investigation, the Russian election interference stuff, firing James Comey, the head of FBI. I believe his followers are blindly falling into line, defending someone who they know is doing and has done illegal or immoral things, and that Trump must just have something on them, or they're blindly following like Hitler. like people blindly followed Hitler. Or maybe they're in too deep at this point. I don't know. I want to know what you think. Is there anyone else concerned that this man is snapping before our eyes? And today we saw him put so much pressure on a bunch of Republicans that they broke into. I mean, this is crazy. And now I will get everyone's opinion. I mean, this is just, I think they're just mad that he's a very, very bad man and he's done some horrible things, and they're just mad people are looking into it. Let me see here. Okay. I lost my spot again. Okay. Oh, thank you, Pat. Making all black citizens and granting them equal protection under the law and gave black men the right to vote. Soldier Broder. Anastasia Doctor. Does anyone think Bernie Sanders will get the nomination, or is it Warren now? Yeah, I always wonder why he was doing so well, and then he didn't, get the nomination, and then he's not doing as well this time, and I don't really get it, but maybe someone can teach me. Let me see here. Yeah, the idiot, the idiots took cell phones into, yeah, it's crazy, yeah. Derek, they violated national security and barged into a SCI. I know, that's really bad. I wonder what's going to happen, if there's going to be consequences for, I mean, I can't believe they did that. They honestly remind me of what I heard about people who blindly follow a charismatic yet psycho leader. Like, they're in too deep. They figure they've gone over the deep end. It was a secure compartmentalized information facility. Yep. Good point. Thanks, Derek. Pat. There was also the promise of compensation. In January 1865, General William Sherman issued an order relocating hundreds of thousands of acres of white-owned land along the coast of Florida and Georgia and South Carolina for settlement by blacks, families in 40-acre. Lies and lies and lies and lies. That's what, I mean, that's America. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, Pat, you have some good historical points. Let me see here. I skipped somebody. Did I? No. Okay. Okay. Anastasia, so give up before we try? I'm not buying it. They want someone that makes white and rich people feel comfortable. Shit, I didn't think Obama was going to win, but you never hit the balls you don't swing for. Anastasia, the sad thing was that there were Republicans in there. Yeah, I mean, and I know not all Republicans participated in that. Pat, Congress established the Freedmen's Bureau to oversee the transition from slavery to freedom, and the Freedmen's Saving Bank was formed to help millions formerly enslaved people gain financial freedom. Nails and glitter. I'm not all surprised that he is snapping before our eyes. Yeah, neither am I. I think the snapping started long ago, but I just didn't realize he would get this much worse. Derek, Trump is a Russian asset. He's doing things that seemingly align with what Russians want. And you know what? There's a few people high up in the government who agree with you. Anastasia, this thing is a distraction. He wants to muddy the waters on the process because they can't attack the evidence. Exactly. It's like when I talk about racism and inequality and anti-racism, people tell me I'm ugly and fat and disgusting. It's like, okay, but what about racism and inequality? And they say, oh, you're just really ugly and they call me names. And I'm like, but what about? It's like, when you have nothing, you come up with ridiculous things, it's not even like the point. Okay, great. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I don't care. What about that? You just got to keep bringing it back. Yeah. But let me see. A distraction. Yeah. I would definitely. Biden is doing well because of propaganda. That's it. I witnessed CNN and MSNBC doing it. Nails and glitter. They are attacking the Constitution because they can't hide the evidence. Right, I mean, absolutely. Well, check this out. I saw the Susan Rice, according to Susan Rice, who was President Obama's national security advisor, I saw this amazing video of her, and she just says it like it is. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I can put it up. Definitely, I'll put it on my YouTube channel. Absolutely. She blew me away. She says Trump is selling out the interest of America, and if that's not a threat to our national security, then she doesn't know what is. And she was Obama's national security advisor. Check this out. She feels that the general public in America do not realize the dangerous position we're in with Trump and the White House. She's pleading in this video with Americans to take national security more seriously and understand what Trump is being accused of here. The transition, she talked about the transition from the Obama administration to President-elect Trump. She said it was surreal. She said, with the exception of his national security advisor, nobody had an interest in meeting with anybody, any of their Obama counterparts. They didn't want to meet to learn about how to do the job of national security. Because according to Rice, Trump was not interested in learning what needed to be known and to be ready for the first day on the job. That to me is terrifying, because that's just about what I expected of Trump. And those are the kind of things that are going to be coming out for years. The only place a transition occurred at all, according to Rice, was with General Flynn, who was Trump's national security advisor for less than a month or something like that. Rice believes that most Americans are too busy to, trying to make ends meet, and they don't realize how important our national security is. But white nationalism is a national security challenge, according to anyone who's alive, sorry, and Rice. She said that people are taking racism and turning it into violence, and it's done out of hate, and she feels strongly that this threat needs to be treated as the threat that it is, and just as if it was a foreign threat on our soil. She believes that what's needed is to use the tools of law enforcement, intelligence, and homeland security to stop people who pose a threat, homegrown terrorists. And right now we are not doing this. Rice says that the reason Trump is such a concern is that he's not conducting policy on behalf of the American people. And that's, basically she's speaking the truth, what we're all saying. He's abusing the office. He's selling out the interests of the United States. And the video is all about how she encourages us at this moment the public needs to understand where our alliances are just completely out of sync. And we have a president whose leadership is being questioned throughout the world, and he's embracing our adversaries. And I want to know what you think. I'm ready to take some comments. Let me see here. Susan Rice talked about Snowden on Bill Maher. Yeah, I did not know that. Bill Maher, I follow him sometimes, but not like regularly. I want to try to start. Anastasia, thank you, Derek, for telling me that. This closed door issue is not to hide anything, but because of the security issues, and they weren't on the committee. That's why they weren't allowed in. But they made half the rules. Exactly. The whole thing is just ridiculous. They're grasping it. They have nothing. He did something wrong, and that's why they're upset. They know he did something wrong. They have got to be shitting in their britches right now, every last one of them, knowing that they probably realize he's done. He's done, and guess what? They stuck with him like loyal soldiers, and they're done too. And that's probably why they're having a shit fit. Just my take. Anastasia, what did LBJ say? Tell a white man, yep. Trump can't allow himself to be seen as beckoning to it. Right. Make the poorest white man feel like he's better than a person of color, and they will empty their pockets for you. Yep, and I'm not quoting him exactly, but I've probably used that quote like 50 times. Can't seem to memorize it, but yeah, no, exactly. Soldier Broder, a national security advisor that has to register as a foreign agent. Trump should have been removed for that on the spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just listed like a whole bunch of things that seem kind of immoral, but I'm not really sure what the real, like, law and immorality, and it's kind of like there's a fine line between them. But yeah, Gary, a childhood friend is upset about white nationalists being called a terrorist threat. He thinks the government will come after him because he is white and anti-government. Gary, that's a really good point. It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point, but I'm hoping that we still judge people by their actions, and that if your friend hasn't, you can be anti-government and not be a terrorist. And so, I mean, I would hope people are bright enough to realize that. But yeah, I mean, it's a toughie. That's a good point. Dang, thanks, Gary. That was a really good point. Soldier Broder, Trump's white supremacist administration is the most disorganized, corrupt, and ridiculous in your country's history. Epic fail. Oh, absolutely. Soldier Broder, I couldn't agree more. It's pathetic. I'm far more vocal than he is and not worried. Yeah. Gary, I don't know how to answer that. Obviously, I don't have the answers. I have no answers. But your actions and words speak volumes. And if your actions are, violent, then you probably should have a problem. But if they're not, then not. I judge people by their behavior over time. And I'm hoping that that's how sensible people would do it. But no, that's an interesting talking point, because I don't know. At this point, I don't think your friend has to worry too much, because I don't think that they're not going to be putting that on the books anytime soon. We really have dropped the ball. White extremists kill much more than any other, white homegrown extremists. Yet we put all our money into hating Muslims, hating people who come here from other countries. I mean, it's just crazy. We live a lie, and we love it, and it's kind of sick. It's like, okay. Anastasia. But the Obama administration did a report in 2009 on white supremacy, but the Republicans yelled at them and they backed down. Yeah, see, they weren't going to let him do anything. They really held him back. I mean, our own FBI 10 years ago did there was an infiltration of people in the police force of Ku Klux Klan members, and there's been no real follow-up whatsoever, obviously. But they arrested a few people, but it was a big infiltration. Carrot 99, what do you think about Dave's sticks and stones stand-up and abortion stance? Are you talking to me? And who's Dave? That should help. I am so bad. Is it like a TV thing, or I haven't seen it. Maybe put the URL and I'll watch it. And anyone else who knows, jump right in, because I'm not worthy. I don't watch like TV, I guess. Dr. Cindy. I have not. Thank you. I have not. I'm like, who's Dave? God, I don't know. I have to. That's something I don't know about. So I will definitely have to I have so much more to learn. I'm so narrow focused. But thank you. I will definitely look into it. And anyone else who wants to comment, jump in and give your opinion. Okay. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I'll definitely want to see that, because I'm sure I'll have an opinion. I always do. Let me see. Derek, thanks. That's a great question, though. Thank you. Derek, the FBI warned us about right-wing extremism. Absolutely. And it's kind of all obvious, too. Dr. Cindy, he's known for his controversial humor. Interesting. Well, I'll definitely have to take some time to look into that. So is anyone else kind of concerned about his erratic behavior? And I mean, I know obviously everyone is, but my concern is as things get closer and closer, he's not going to get better. He's only going to get worse. And tonight's thing, Dr. Cindy, yes, tonight's thing, or today's thing, I guess you could call it, was pretty disconcerting. Pretty disconcerting in the you know, having them burst in like kind of a gang, and I don't know. I don't know if that's ever been done. Dr. Cindy, I loved his show. He's was a lot of our inside voices. Interesting. Okay, I got to see this thing. I got to see this thing. Nails and glitter. We will thrash violently before the end. Doctor, there are things getting worse. Yes, and that's kind of what we were. I don't know if you just came, Dr. Cindy, or not, but that's what we were. I was just ranting about. I don't think Trump is going to leave, even if he loses the election. Yeah, that's of serious concern. He has a lot to lose leaving. He's going to be tried as a, all the things that he supposedly couldn't be held accountable for. He'll be held accountable for. I have no doubt. No doubt at all. And so I believe he is going to get desperate. And that I'm just concerned. My concern is this. I think he'll try to start an insurrection. Yeah. Oh, Pat, I'm so sorry. Pat, thank you for saying something. I'll go back. People are only violent when they can't handle the truth. Is that your comment? I hope. I'm sorry, Pat. No. I hope if that wasn't your comment, I'll go back further. The thing keeps, every time I move down, it scrolls up. It's crazy. I'm not worthy. But yeah, I don't see this turning out. I'm not usually the soothsayer of doom, Dr. Cindy, but he's a person with, okay, good, Pat. Whew. I don't want you on my bad side. I don't see how this is going to happen. I just don't. Knowing what I know about people with personality disorders, which is what I think he has, I don't see how this could turn out good. I'm very scared for our nation, or when there's no repercussions. Got it. Dr. Cindy, he rants that his cohorts were not being more protective, and then the same ones stormed the hearing. Yep, that's exactly what I had said in the kind of rant that I did, is that he demanded that they be, basically stand up for him, and then they did this. And I just see this as really big, what they did today. What they've been doing, yeah, sure, but this to me is a whole nother level. I don't know if you guys agree. This is a whole other level. They're trying to stop. Oh, good, Pat. Phew. You're so funny. I always end up skipping one of your comments or something by accident. I do it every time. It's like my trademark. Sorry about that. But yeah, Derek, people are talking about taking up arms when they thought Hillary was going to win. Yeah, I do too. This is another level. Dr. Cindy, yeah. I just, yeah, this was, when I saw it, I was like, wow. And like I said earlier, maybe he has something on these people. They're in too deep. They know, basically, they know he's going to get caught, and they're going down with him. Is the only thing I can think of, that they're this desperate and this, I mean, that's erratic. That's weird behavior. That's not good. They are signaling more violent behavior. Yep. And that is, yeah. Okay. Let me go back because I skipped some people. I'm sorry. Carrot 99. How do you think school shootings will stop? Will people give up machine guns for safe life and environment, or will the NRA and the right push more and more big guns? Really, that's a whole, wow, that's a loaded question. I don't know, guys that are listening, go ahead and jump in and answer. I'm not sure personally, but I know people who are watching will have something to say about that. The more violent behavior. Define assault rifle. Nails and glitter. I have many rifles. Anastasia, could you all imagine if Omar, AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Maxine Waters, and Radish Tlaib would have done the same thing these spoiled white men and women did today? Oh, God, they would never been allowed. Never. They can't blink wrong. Totally different standards for people who are not white, wealthy, whatever. I mean, it's disgusting. Yeah, great point. Okay. Derek, I'm the only black guy that works around a bunch of other white guys, and the conversation is always about Hillary and AOC. Very strange. Who knows what they talk about when I leave the room? That's terrifying. It's like, that's really terrifying. Hillary hasn't been in there. Oh my God. She's like, it's like Trump always bringing up Obama, always bringing up Hillary. It's an obsession. It's just not good. Yeah, good point. I'm so sorry, Derek. That's just awful. That's awful. Pat, when Lincoln was assassinated, Vice President Andrew Johnson effectively rescinded Sherman's order by pardoning the white plantation owners. And yeah. I mean, so many historically cruel and unfair. I mean, it's unbelievable. Let me see. I'm still getting comments here. Held for review. Anastasia says to Cookcarrot99, because black people have planned to take over and make white people slaves. You didn't know? Women plan to make men cook dinner and have babies. That's the memo I got. Okay, you guys are funny. Okay, so I have a question. I wanted to see about this next section because I did not realize something about Maxine Waters. Okay, so this next section that I want to start to get into, if you guys are still up for it. Is Trump endangering us by his erratic behavior? Yeah. Okay, you were being funny. And that was funny. I'm just like all over the place. So yeah, no, I get it. Trump's behavior is not just emboldening his followers to be more racist and bigoted, but they're also becoming more dangerous. And that's another section that I had planned for tonight. Since the beginning of the formal impeachment inquiry, Trump has exhibited an increase in lies, complete nonsense, complete BS, and threats to arrest. Got it. Threats to arrest people and his opponents in Congress, and he's losing it. I saw something done by Maxine Waters, who's a Democrat from California, said that she says this, and I absolutely concur. I mean, from what I've seen, President Trump's setting people up to be killed. And that's a topic that I wanted to get into. If you're watching on Facebook right now, I cannot see your comments, so get over here to YouTube and support my YouTube channel and get in the conversation, please. I would love to have you. During an MSNBC interview, she said that she has constant death threats. Maxine Waters. I had no idea that she had constant death threats. She also said that there's a number of people who have been convicted already for doing death threats to her. So I mean, this is much more violent already. Right, Derek. He's calling the press the enemy of the people. How regime-like of him. I mean, it's really terrifying. So she's had death threats. She's actually followed through and had people convicted of death threats. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? She said there's a number of people who've been convicted for threatening my life. Representative Waters said that when he pinpoints particular people, he's basically like, was it Dr. Cindy said? I'm not sure who. I'm losing my mind here. He's dog listening to the white supremacists. He's dog listening to them. And they're listening. And this is just, he is going to get someone killed. He already has, according to people who become these, mass shooters and whatnot. But he's being specific. He's being particular. He's pinpointing people. And she says that these dog whistles are to white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan, and other dangerous groups of people. And I absolutely agree. You might remember Waters was one of the earliest supporters of impeachment. She and I were. Just kidding. I was like, get him out. I was in support of impeachment before he even entered, based on his incredibly sick, screwed up past. I was like, dang, but you all know that because I never shut up about it. She's a senator that encouraged supporters, so she pissed him off, to confront the Trump administration and company officials whenever you spot them in public and make them uncomfortable. And she said that, and that really made him mad. In her interview, Waters says that she can't go to, right now, she cannot go to the grocery store anymore by herself, and she has to pay for security at all times. That's insane. And the man was saying he was being lynched. Oh my! You won the comment of the night. Yeah, right. Like I said in one of my posts, the only lynching he knows is what he learned from Mammy and Pappy, who were apparently knee deep in Klansmanhood, or whatever you call it. Let me see. Yep. Gary's comment got nabbed. Anesthesia. Funny, yes, but I know a few white guys that think that black people want to enslave whites. Yes, they are Trump supporters. Yeah, did you guys see? I posted something on, this was unstinking believable. This dude from Tennessee, who is local politician, went on a little rant about, the nastiest rant. I couldn't even go over what he was saying because his accent was very strong. But I heard enough, and I posted it on YouTube. And he went on a rampage in front of his constituents, in front of everybody, and only one woman stood up and said, "You're disgusting," and left. The people who were sitting around him just let him do that, and they sold their souls, because there had to be someone in there that, I don't believe it. I don't believe that everybody was agreeing with him. He was saying the sickest stuff. What a sicko. Derek, Trump is code speaking to the fringe so that they can do something. He does it on purpose. Absolutely. It's sick. He's going to get people killed. It's terrible. Let me see here. I am backed up again. Derek, thank you for that. That's an excellent point. Pat, well, that's the typical white supremacy agenda to make death threats. Yeah, it's like they don't even have to do anything. They just have to threaten, maybe do one thing, and then it's terrorism. I believe that's terrorism. Anastasia, yes, that's the point, and then he'll have plausible deniability. He did it with Omar, AOC, Obama, Clinton. He is a terrorist. I actually did a video a long time ago screaming into the camera saying, when I was really, really out of control, pissed, saying, "You're the terrorist, Mr. Trump. You. I'm not worried about people coming from other nations and doing horrific things to my fellow humans. I'm worried about him." Just being real. Him. The man said he was being lynched. Right. How dare he? The problem, Dr. Cindy, the problem was they dismissed Maxine Waters for 2.5 years. You mean the Republicans did? Is that what you meant? Lakeisha! Hi, Kim. I've been busy on Wednesday nights watching Chicago. Oh my gosh, I'm happy to have you. Is that a show or something? I'm glad you're here now. Thanks. Watching Chicago Med Fire PD. Like a TV show, maybe? I'm so out of it. I don't know pop culture. I don't know. I'm the worst. Reggie, Derek, you call it fringe? You were dialing it down. Call it what it is. Tell us. Dr. Cindy, white men have no real referential experience. Yeah. Great point. He is just freaking ludicrous. He's ludicrous. I have a video of someone explaining what a lynching is. And I really strongly advise Trump to watch and listen. He won't. Plus, who the hell am I? But I'm just saying. He has no clue. That was just unstinking believable. The depth of his ignorance and gall and sanctimonious just arrogance is unbelievable. Let me see. Yeah, right. White people in general, we all don't have a reference point unless we try to take it upon ourselves to educate ourselves, and even then we'll never get there, but right, he's not even, he's delusional. Okay, what's your opinion on drugs? I am pro-drugs. No, just kidding. I don't know if you're talking to me. Should we promote, legalize it, or will the legalization create dysfunctional people and families? Medical pharmacies make people addicts to their drugs, fentanyl. Good question. I have a lot of opinions on drugs. A lot of opinions. But I kind of, maybe the people who are watching can tell you what they think. Because I have so many opinions on it that I'd probably take the whole time up. But thank you for asking. And I got all these people are coming in with comments, and I love it. But let me see. Carrot99, you are coming up with amazing questions. Maybe you need to come onto a panel and be okay. Derek, if you want to know about lynching, read the book At the Hands of Persons Unknown. Yeah. Nails and glitter, legalize and tax all the drugs. Yay. Dr. Cindy, retribution is always only in the minds of the oppressor. If retribution was on the minds of black people, white people would have been getting killed in mass for generations by black people. That is obviously never been on the minds of most black people. Absolutely. Fantastic point. Dr. Cindy, what I tell the white folks that I work with is we are just lucky that most black folks, brown folks, indigenous people, they just want some equity. They just want some equality and equity. They don't want revenge, and we're lucky. Because, I gotta say, how many centuries do you wait? How many centuries do you get lied to? How many centuries do you get abused? How many centuries do you have crimes against humanity committed to you and your fellow humans until you say, I'm done, I'm out? I mean, I think we're just lucky. Very lucky. And I get kind of emotional about that, but excellent points. Thank you so much. Joey, watch The New Watchmen. Okay, I will look that up. Okay, Anastasia says, thanks, Joey. To Dr. Cindy, the fact is, if we were as violent as they pretend us to be, white people would be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, when somebody says, something that you're doing, but they're really doing it. It's just, that's what it is. Whenever I hear people talk like that, they're talking about themselves. They're the ones thinking those things. They're the one. I mean, they're talking about themselves. It's really sad. Let me see. We live a lie. I don't know how else to put it. I'm losing my mind tonight. But yeah, great point, Anastasia. Referential experience in terms of lynching death, other than, oops, this thing scrolled. Okay, Dr. Cindy. Oh no, I missed your spot. Referential experience in terms of lynching death, other than as perpetrators. Can you tell us more? Because this is, I think I know what you're saying. I want everyone to learn from you because Dr. Cindy knows lots of stuff. And, and Dr. Cindy, you have a relatively new social media group. If you want to tell everyone about it in a message or something, I would love that. So that if you feel comfortable doing that, I would love it. If just put it in the comments and I'll read it. One of the things, Derek, that Obama could have done was to reschedule marijuana, and that would have solved a lot of problems, to include prison overcrowding. When you say reschedule marijuana, can you explain that further? Because I'm not sure 100% what you mean, but I want to know what you mean. I'm backing up. Pat, that's what the white supremacist people are afraid of. They think blacks will retaliate. I don't get the whole overt racist stuff. I get, inherent bias. I get that, but that kind of stuff is like, not everybody. Okay, here's an example. Just because you're a sicko doesn't mean everyone else is too. That's what I would say to white supremacists. Like maybe they have some like personal integrity, but clearly you don't. So you think everyone thinks like you, and they don't. But I'm saying that to a white supremacist. Like they clearly are incapable of realizing that not everyone's a sicko like you are. So I mean, it's very psychological. But yeah, good point. Carrot 99. What do you think of Geiger Botham case and 5-year sentence? Oh my gosh. Carrot 99. I did 5 different videos on it, so I think a lot. I did 5 videos, 5 or 6, and no, it was 5 videos plus two live shows on that case. So I have a ton. If you go back and look, if you want to know what I think, I just go on and on. I really, that case just devastating. Just devastating. So yeah, I did a ton of videos on it. So check it out if you have time. Thanks for asking, Dr. Cindy. Most black people want the right of good government to which we are entitled. It seems like that's what everybody, the black folks I know, they're just good, normal humans that want to have equity, want to just have what our nation owes them, owes everybody. Human, yeah, definitely. Derek, Joey, the new Watchmen covers the full the full Tulsa riots and Black Wall Street. I haven't watched it yet, but I will. Yes, I heard that. I did a couple videos on. I did a very serious video on the Tulsa Black Wall Street, and very serious video on that a long time ago, like maybe a year ago even. It's more like a educational video, I guess. It's not like a rant or an opinion. It's just teaching white folks, you don't even know your own racial history. You have no idea the depths that white people have gone to destroy black people's chances of not having more than everyone else has, but just having some equity and having a chance. We have gone to such lengths. It's like the more I learn, the more I'm like, dang, this is like some sick shit. I mean, you really, it is. But yeah, everybody should know our own racial history. Not for guilt, not to say, oh, I hate whites or whatever. No, because it's our racial history. We didn't do it. We were born into it. But we can't just say, I was born into it. I'm going to just turn a blind eye to such horrific crimes against humanity. And that's what systemic racism is. Crimes against humanity. We are here now. We see it. You don't just sit there and do nothing. That's sick. So that's just my, and people tell me, oh, you just hate white people. And you know what? That's a cop-out, because I don't. I actually believe in them, that they can be better than this, because this cannot be our best, because this is disgusting right now. Sorry, oh, you got me going. Okay, sorry. I'm going to read comments. Okay. Transference, yes, transference, projection. I was blanking on the word. Thank you. Projection. All about projection. Whenever Trump says anything about anyone else, it's like, I know you are, so what am I? He is talking about himself. And it is so transparent. And I blanked on the word. Thank you. You saved me. Okay, now I'll go back in order here. Pat. Found my spot. Soldier Rotor, I can't imagine how sick you must be of Trump. I hate him really badly, and I don't even live there. Thank you. I bet. Yeah. I think I can't, and I live here, and I can't imagine how disgusted people who maybe aren't white think of. I mean, I can't imagine. He's well, I haven't exactly held back. The man is a monster. He was a monster before he was president. Just didn't impact my life any. He's a very, very bad, disturbed man. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nails and glitter. This is why I have guns. The police aren't there to protect us. So why on earth would I call the oppressor for help? Understand? You saved me my word retrieval issues. Projection and transference. Thank you. Dr. Cindy. Thanks, Anastasia. Dr. Cindy, white men have no experience being stalked as a group and murdered. So when they say they are being lynched, they are only referencing the torture as perpetrators, not victims. Right, and that's a really great way to put it. I'm not as eloquent about it. People who say stuff like that are ignorant pieces of shit, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not quite as eloquent, like I said. How dare he? That's all I can say. That's just says volumes. It just says volumes. The poor dear. Disgusting. But you are so much more calm than I am. Derek. Marijuana is a Schedule I drug substance or chemical as defined as drugs with no current accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Yeah, and aren't there political reasons for that? Because I think that it actually is an amazing drug, and I think we always kind of knew that. So that's like a whole nother, stuff. You got to come on to a panel and tell me what your expertise is. Kitchen Politics, you're back. You're back. I'm so excited. Thank you. Carrot 99, what's your opinion on the Tulsi and Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang? Are you talking about everybody or just me? I do not care for Tulsi. I have nothing against her. I think she's too status quo. I think Andrew Yang's amazing. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's great, and that I love his idea about minimum income. Some countries are trying that. It's a very humanistic. Oh, good, Dr. Cindy, you put your, okay, I'll read that in just one second. It's very humanistic, very, I'm not into her. I'm not sure why. I wasn't taken by her. But Yang is different and out there, and he has some fantastic ideas that are outside the box. Love it. And I don't think she's horrible by any means. It's just I like other people better. But don't just listen to me. Everyone who's listening, give your opinion. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm going to back it up. And nails and glitter. And marijuana is available for sale to any adult in 3 states, so it needs to be reclassified. Absolutely. Pat, that's what the doctrine of seclusion was about. Dr. Cindy. Okay, Dr. Cindy's group. On Facebook, the group is called The Doctors in Family Practice. And Dr. Cindy runs this group, and it's very amazing. And I wish I could hang out in it more because it's really great. And you guys, you'll love it if you join. And if you want to put the URL, if you don't mind, that would be great. Put it here so that people can just, if it's easier, they'll go to it. Very, very cool thing she's doing. Very cool. Anastasia, I don't hate him. He's not worth it. Plus, he's doing his job. I hate the people that allow him to be. I hate the system that breeds people like him. I hate the apathy and the victim blaming. And I'm assuming you're talking about Trump. And one of the things that bothers me is that Trump wouldn't be here if there weren't an audience for it. We had enough people that are so hateful. They can't see this cruel, inhumane person that he got elected. Yeah, he didn't win the popular vote, but he got enough votes. That's terrifying. I'm assuming you're talking about Trump, just a guess. But let me just get through some more comments. Dr. Cindy says, hi, Kitchen Politics. Derek, a lot of people, to include Trump, think that lynching was just about putting a noose around someone's neck. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It was more like a ritual which involved removing appendage. Oh, yeah. I'm putting out a new video that is going to detail all that, and I'm sure people are going to cringe. I'm going to cringe doing it, but I'm doing it. They need to know all the details. If white folks in America, well, we've proven it, cannot seem to learn vicariously and care about our fellow human beings and what's going on, then they need to know the gory details. Maybe that will help. So I'm putting out a video that's going to explain them all. And it's disgusting. And they probably won't even believe it. That's how disgusting it is. Yep. And also it's the intimidation and the psychological. Oh my God. Great points, Derek. Derek, where have you been all my life? You're really making great points. Yeah, it's terror. It's terror. It's terror. Dr. Cindy, I think she is too well liked. I think you said well liked by the right wing. Yeah. Okay. I think you're talking about whoa, a lot of people's comments just all of a sudden got hidden, so I have to open them up. Somebody's saying something. Let me see. Okay. Let me just scroll back up. This is nice. She's also friends with Modi of India. Soldier brother. Tulsi is such an obvious spoiler. Fox News and Trump supporters are praising Tulsi. Yeah, see, she does not seem like she's, yeah. Nails and glitter. I think if Hillary runs, we're all effed. Yeah, that's got to be really strange. Dr. Cindy. Yang is also being endorsed by right-wingers. Is he really? Ooh, I did not know that, because I really haven't looked too much into them, because I really, really like Warren, and there's a couple I really, really like, but yeah, that's disturbing. Good, interesting. I mean, that's a very telltale thing. Justin, hello, my goodness, look at you. Welcome to the show. All these pictures. Anastasia, yes. Kim, but Kim, the sad thing is they did see it and liked it. Yeah, it's Carrot 99. Tulsi and Yang stand in the middle and are anti-war. Did you see how they exposed Kamala for imprisoning innocents for profit? Yeah, and I did see that, and yeah, Kamala's never gonna live that down, apparently, because she defended herself well, but too many people feel like she's part of the problem, I guess. But yeah, I am hard pressed to like or endorse anybody who is middle of the road. That's politician-y. No, I don't want middle of the road. This is ludicrous. We need extreme change. And to me, it's not extreme. It's only extreme to people who are hateful and don't want to be a real American, in my opinion. And you can quote me on that. Because liberty and justice for all is for everybody. Not just white folks who are rich. Not just the white people. So, somebody who's a status quo person, not a chance. It has to be somebody who gets it. I just hope there's somebody who gets it. I am scrolling through here. Yes, I am scrolling through here, and things are getting interesting. And oh my goodness. I would rather vote for a dead dog before Trump. Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, definitely. Oh, cool. Okay, Dr. Cindy put her URL up. Thank you. So you guys check out Dr. Cindy's stuff. She's a doctor. She's good. Okay. And she definitely will make you think. I need a moderator. I think I'm supposed to be the moderator. But actually, I don't really know much about moderators. But maybe you're right. Maybe I do. Maybe we'll talk after the show. Anastasia. Oh, she should be exposed too. She's trash too. Dr. Cindy, in order for me to post successfully, I had to add spaces. You will need to take out the spaces. Oh, they wouldn't let you. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, so what Dr. Cindy's saying is she couldn't put the actual URL because they weren't allowing it. So take out the spaces when you go there, or else it won't work, basically. That's weird. I'm on the site I'm on, I can kind of do whatever I want. That's weird. Maybe I'll post it right after, because I have some time. Okay. Thanks for telling everybody. So if you don't go to the actual site that she has listed, take the spaces out for Dr. Cindy's. Okay, Gary. Dr. Smith. There is a small subset of white males very familiar with being stalked and murdered, gays and trans ones. Yes, yeah, good point. Very good point. I almost missed your comment, Gary. Thank you for that. Yep. But most cis white males don't, unless they've somehow taken it upon themselves to do that. They, probably don't have much of a clue. Or, I don't want to insult, because I know a lot of men who actually really do. I know a ton of men who do, but I think generally, probably not. Guessing. Let me just see here. Kitchen politics. Where are you? Where are you? It scrolled back. Anastasia, yes, he's playing the model minority facade. Are you talking about Yang, or who are you talking about? I got lost for a second there. I'm interested, Anastasia, what you think. Kitchen politics. Do you think America will have an economic recession before the 2020 election? The trade deal is shit, and the entire Trump crime family are clueless, as clueless as they are incompetent. Your thoughts, everyone. Jump in there, you guys. What do you think? Very good questions. Everyone's coming up with great questions. Soldier, thanks, Kitchen Politics. Soldier Broder. Republicans talk about anti-war just to cover up the fact that Trump is in love with Putin. All those gung-ho Russian-hating Republicans have turned into peace doves. Ridiculous. You know what? Honestly, Trump's not anti-war. Trump's pro whatever gets him richer. He is just, what a joke. What he did to the Kurds, I have a couple videos up on my YouTube right now that are from the Kurdish people. Did them. They took the videos and somehow got them over here. I have a couple videos of how upset the Kurdish people were acting out, throwing potatoes at all the as the troops are leaving and screaming, you know, F the UN, F America, this and that and the other. Up on YouTube right now. It's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. You don't have to be pro-war to not want to destroy a promise you've made. It doesn't mean you're pro-war. I'm fine with us getting out of wars, but there's a way to do it. And there's a way to screw our fellow humans over. And what they did was unconscionable. And the last article I read before I came on tonight was of the horrific conditions in the giant 11,000, 12,000 camps over there of people who they believe are ISIS affiliates. And Vice News has done a ton on them. And the problem is they're indoctrinating each other. And the longer you keep them in this prison, I mean, it's a horrible situation. But the Washington Post came out with finally someone's talking of the abuse of prisoners. I'm extremely against prisoners of any type are the most vulnerable human beings we have. I mean, not that it's a contest. And with great responsibility comes, with great power comes greater responsibility. And how we treat prisoners is barbaric. I'm talking anywhere from the overcrowded jails that we shove, as many non-white people in as possible, to out there in those prison camps, to people we're holding because they dared to need a better place to stay and to, seek asylum. We truly are sickos with the prison thing. It's unconscionable. That just kills me. I am going to try to get all these questions answered. And I'm having a little scrolling issue right now. Scrolling. Oh, goodness. I'm scrolling. Wow. I've missed a lot of people. I apologize. Okay. Let me see. Anastasia. They're not peace doves. It just depends on where the troops are going and they can have profit. Yeah, I mean, he's sending the ones that he pulled out all to Saudi Arabia. Does anyone remember that, the people who came into our country and did 9/11 were kind of housed there? I mean, who our allies are and who they aren't. This is kind of scary shit, you guys. Our country, we got a lot of growing up to do. We're pretty messed up here. So yeah, he's sending 3,000 troops there. And he says they're going to pay for it too. Are they going to pay enough to bring back their lives of our soldiers when they get killed? No. Are they? See, this whole money thing it's capitalism was never meant to be a lifestyle. Okay, it's supposed to be this economic thing, not a lifestyle. It's gone mad. It's out of control. Let me take some more people. Oh, okay. Oh goodness, I gotta find my spot again. Sorry for the delay, guys. Pat, make sure to call me. Okay, I know, we have got to get in touch. I think maybe that means you're taking off because it's getting very late. So Yes. How about tomorrow? Call me tomorrow after 12. Okay. I would love to talk to you. Solder Brother, Trump supporters are turning themselves into pretzels to fit Trump's agenda. It's disgusting to see how spineless the Trump trash is. You know what's really hard to see is the people. It's really hard to see the people who sold their souls for the chance at an extra buck. That's disgusting. And I thought people were supposed to be, politicians were supposed to be the best, and boy, have I been re-educated. Good point. Soder, I don't know, I'm saying your name wrong. Sorry about that. Okay, Dr. Cindy. Gary, while that is true to the extent of sexual orientation, it was and is not the same and can't be conflated with the level of violence and terror inflicted on black. Right. And I can't speak for Dr. Cindy, of course, but the experience of the black American in that era is, and you know, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. And once again, part of that, in my opinion, is because it was such a unique, horrific, barbaric, in just deep in depth over so long, so cruel, so just status quo. And sad truth is, and it's a horrible thing, folks who are in the LGBTQ community can pretend they're not. And if you are black, you are black. And not that that's a good thing, but I mean, obviously it's just not the same thing. It doesn't mean they aren't bad. Just because something's not the same thing as the cruelty of chattel slavery doesn't mean it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's not the same thing. That's all. And a lot of people get mad at me when I say that. But I'm not speaking for you, Dr. Cindy, but I think that's what you're trying to say is there's no comparison. Obviously, some horrible, horrible things have happened to transgender people and people in the LGBTQ community and all that. But it's not congruent. I hope I'm speaking for you, right? Let me see here. Kind of what you were trying to say, maybe. Kitchen politics. Trump's behavior reminds me of a weakling, Neville Chamberlain, who appeased Hitler. America and the world deserves another Churchill, FDR type of leader who defends democracy and stands against tyranny. That's like a speech. Kitchen politics, good job. Nails and glitter. It's almost impossible to do both. Click someone's name that you trust and is here consistently, and you can wrench them to moderate. Do you mean like the people who are in the contenders for the Democratic nomination? You feel like they're all kind of centrist? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, and I want a clarification. Anastasia. Yep, Yang and Buttigieg are playing the model LGBTQ and members. It's all to make white men and the Karens in yoga pants feel comfortable. Okay, so you think they're acting, or they're just being on best behavior, or they're, yeah. I'm not sure what they should do, but yeah. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying, Anastasia. Trump says just take the oil. Whoa. Dr. Cindy, black men, women, and children have been victims of lynchings to a much larger degree and more viciously intentional. Absolutely, or systemically, too. Like, it was a thing. And it was, yeah, I mean, right. Okay, I gotcha. Thanks, Dr. Cindy. Secure the oil is what he said. What does that mean? I missed that. Teach me. I want to know. I'm here to learn too, just as much as anybody. Okay, I backed up again. I'm so happy for all these comments. Uh-oh. Back up. Oh my goodness. Okay, Anastasia. Oh, got that. Okay, kitchen politics. Once again, TV and phone froze up. Not hearing your voice, Kim. Angry supper mom. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm happy you're here. Nails and glitter. Sexual orientation cannot be compared to skin color. One is worn on the skin, the other must be announced. Okay, I kind of said that a little bit, yeah. Soldier Brother, the Kurds will not give up without a fight. Trust me. Yeah, it's just really awful what's going on. Derek, babies in cages here in the U.S. Yep, yep. Anastasia, nails and glitter. Facts, because even white gay men have privilege, especially in concern to black trans women. Right, and we have to remember, like I need to remind you, all this privilege stuff, there's 100 ways to have privilege, overlapping, some more strongly. Economic privilege is huge, but you're right, it all kind of overlaps and intermingles, but there are certain privileges or lack of privileges that you cannot hide. Not that you'd want to, but you only want to because our society's so screwed up. But there's a difference. There's a difference. It doesn't mean that one's not bad too, but it's not the same. That's all. And I think that makes kind of sense. Let me see. Nails and glitter. Nails and glitter. Babies are in cages in child protective services also. Not rationalizing, just stating it's a continued trend, not a new one. Okay. Gary. Dr. Smith, I said small for a reason, not dismissing your point, but as a member of the LGBTQ community, I'm very familiar with how targeted we have been and are often targeted by the same people targeting blacks. Thank you, Gary. Point taken. Yeah, and please don't for 1 second think that I'm saying that the LGBTQ community has it good, because they absolutely don't, especially in America, where we should know better. It's shameful. But the circumstances and all that are just so, everyone's is different. Everyone is different and horrific, but in their own way. Some are really, really, really out. It's just, I get what you're saying, Gary, and I absolutely get what Dr. Cindy's saying. I get what you're both saying. It's too bad we even have to talk about this kind of thing, but we do, because people just, they don't educate themselves. I'd love a day when we don't have to talk about any of this. This would be like, what? Why would you talk about that? I don't know if I'm going to live that long, but I can only hope. Thank you for clarifying, Gary. I appreciate that. Carrot 99. Do you think Trump will win this time too? Yes. He has his supporters. Who do you think is strong enough to take him down in the election? How do you prepare to cope with the next 4 years if he wins? I think I can't. I personally, I don't. I can't. Our nation's over. It might be too late now. I mean, dang, loaded question. I'm going to cry. Everybody else, please jump in. I'm sure Carrot 99 wants your opinion, not just mine, but Dr. Anastasia. They are from Saudi, Egypt, UAE, and Lebanon. Yeah, and you know what? Nails and Glitter saying, Gary, it's not the same. And I think he knows it's not the same. I think he gets it. But it is really bad. The LGBT community has had a lot of bad things happen. It's just not the same. That's all. But yeah, I think I can't speak for Gary, but I know Gary. He gets it. He knows. Dr. Cindy, they sold the charred body parts, made greeting cards. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll read this. This could be part of my video. They sold the charred body parts, made greeting cards from photos of charred bodies, cut up people's penises, stuffed them in their mouth, and hung pregnant women and opened their bodies and let the babies hang. Yep. Those are lynchings. They brought their family out to watch because, what's not to love about a horrific, barbaric, cruel, unconscionable murder for your children to see? They advertised it. so that people knew when they were going to be. People don't get the depth of barbaric, unconscionable evil. That is white supremacy. They don't want to. The white folks don't. They don't want to. Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Cindy. But yeah, it's the truth, and that's what we do here. Nails and glitter. Black alphabet people are targeted at a higher rate than white alphabet people. I don't know what alphabet people are, so you have to teach me. Anastasia. Sylvia. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna back up a second. Sorry. I just got, okay. Nails and glitter, okay. Nails. For my entire life, people assumed and attacked. I didn't need to yeah, and there's another thing. Gary, there's an absolute another thing. Some people, and this is just the weirdest thing ever because there are football players, nobody has the look of being gay, but some people think that they know who is and who isn't, and that is, not all gay people are created equally in that regard. Everyone looks different, and people will pick, I think this is what you're trying to say, if people think you look gay, you could be a target your whole, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Right, so that's a whole different experience. Not everyone, I guess maybe what he's saying is, and tell me if I'm wrong, Gary, not everyone can keep it a secret like you think. Yeah, which absolutely, because they may not even be gay or bi or whatever, but because they look like what people think the stereotype. I understand. I get it, Gary. I think if that's a moderator, click a name to make someone a moderator. Oh, okay. I'll look into that. Cameron, she's talking about moderating the chat. Got it. I'll look into it. Dr. Cindy. Now, I have a question, and I want everyone who's here who has time to answer it. Would you rather have me read comments and just, really read them all, or just get to content and then only have comments on the exact content that I'm speaking of? What do you guys think's best? Because I want to do what you guys want. Because I like to read all the comments from everybody, because I want your voice to be heard, and people do watch this in reruns, and I call it reruns. They watch it in, after, not live. A lot more people watch it not live, I think, than live. But Dr. Cindy, these atrocities and more are all documented. Absolutely. And sorry for the typos. Oh, it's fine. I'm sorry I can't read. Nails and glitter. My whole life people knew I was black. Right. There's no hiding that. Right. I get it. Anton, you're here. Yay. Thanks for being here. Anton has been making some amazing videos. They are not like educational videos. Sorry, Anton, I'm going to toot your horn for you or whatever. They are a feel. They are quick pictures of it elicit emotion, and they're feel videos, and they're really, really good. They're powerful. And I would love to have you put a couple up here. Oh wait, Dr. Cindy said it was hard to put URLs up here, but anyway, please look into him. He's really an artist. Dr. Cindy, I try to refrain from who got treated the worst trap. Right. Thank you, and I will learn from that. Nails and glitter. The atrocities can't be directly. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Cindy. You're bringing wisdom to this. Wisdom. Nails and glitter. David Chappelle got to me. Alphabet people are LGBTQA. I don't know all the letters. Oh, okay. LGBTQ. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn because, you know what? The kids nowadays, they really this is kind of their thing. I learn from my kids, my older teens. They teach me, and I'm not good. But there's a lot to learn. But it's really worthwhile, because I have a couple friends who are transgender, and I just got lucky maybe, but they're the nicest people I've ever known in my life. So it's like really cool. And I'm learning still, and I do not say like I'm an expert in stuff, but I know a little bit more each day, so it's good. Okay, thanks for clarifying, Nails and Glitter. Same, Anastasia, same as Black feminists. We have unique challenges, but if we stay on code with our masterclass versus like I'm a Black woman, not a woman that's Black, those are different things. Can you explain that a little further so that people will kind of, beginners would understand what you're saying? Because Black feminism and intersectionality, there's so much to know. There really is. And I used to have, this is something really cool, when I first started running groups and trying to facilitate social awareness, I had a resident expert in every area. Feminism, and I mean, when I say feminism, I mean everybody, real feminism, not I'm white so I want my rights because I'm a woman. No. Real feminism includes all women, or it's not feminism. It's basically talking about yourself and what you want. I mean, to me, the real definition, but anyway, I used to have the privilege of having an expert in every area, and now I don't. So I'm not so good at some. I'm definitely not worthy in a few of these areas. Cameron, I think you're doing fine now. Oh, good. I hope you're talking to me. Thanks. Carrot 99. The lynching story was horrific. I just Googled it. It's yeah. It's yeah. I have that on my YouTube channel, and it's about to go. And I truly believe all white folks need to see it. They do, and it's the story. I got it from MSNBC, and it's horrific. Derek, I'm willing to bet that some of these people still have their souvenirs from lynchings passed down till this day. Abso-freaking-lutely. They just don't talk about it, probably. Absolutely. There are things that used to be done that aren't even documented because no one's that stupid that they're going to write it down. Things passed along. But there's anecdotal evidence, and if you've ever read diaries and writings of former slaves, people who were enslaved, and obviously not alive now, but were enslaved, it's mind equals blown. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, definitely, Derek. Absolutely. There were hundreds of lynchings that were not documented. We basically have no idea. Absolutely. We have absolutely disappearances. It sounds to me like it was a goddamn free-for-all, quite frankly. And for the terror, just for the terror, and sundown towns, and white folks in general don't know our own racial history. They don't know that it was completely whitewashed and skipped over, and then they don't look into it. Lynchings are occurring today that will not be acknowledged until years from now. Yep. No, see, here's the thing. A lot of people talk about reparations, and they talk about forgiveness. It's like an abuser, an abusive spouse, smacking you in the face and saying, "Forgive me." We're still doing it. We're still doing it. So we're still doing it. Okay. Don, hello. Yay. Don, the 2016 presidential election was the first in 50 years without all the protections of the original Voting Rights Act. Great point. And look what happened. 14 states have new voting restrictions, including Virginia and Wisconsin. Yep, I did a video on it. It's disgusting how quickly it went back. Quickly. Complete shift. Disgusting. I'm going to find that video of all the different things that actually it was a live show just on that. It was a while ago. Oh, 2016. Wait, is that what it was? Okay, I'm blabbing, talking to myself. Yeah, great point, Don. The Voting Rights Act. Yeah, I think we kind of need that back. God. If people can't act like humans, then they need to be legally forced to. That's my opinion. In this regard. Don is back in the house. Okay. Anastasia. So suffragists were not interested in voting rights at all for black women or even for black people or black women. They were for their own cause, and everything else is let me find your moot point. Within the community, some announce themselves as gay black men, so civil rights for all blacks are a side note versus gay liberation. David Chappelle told a joke about telling a joke that had, she's still writing, or go back. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. That had, okay. I'm going to go back up to here because I skipped some. I just wanted to catch, her continued. Okay. Let me just go back. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm taking so long. I have lost my place. Officially lost my place, and I think I've skipped some people too, and I apologize. If I've skipped you, give me a yell and I'll go back. Just keep scrolling. Let me see. Derek, cannibalism on slave ships when they ran short of supplies. I read the book, The Delectable Negro. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. I would like to learn about that, I think. Oh, Dr. Cindy, gotta go. Good night. Dr. Cindy, thank you so much for being here. And everybody, do not forget, go on to her social media. We have it on here, and I will probably, if I can, I'll try to put it on here right before we end tonight, because sometimes it lets me put URLs. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm the person who's streaming it. But you will love it. You will think. She will make you think. And thank you, Dr. Cindy. I love having you. I can't wait till we start panels, because I know you're going to be amazing. And good night. Thanks for being here. And Don, Ivana Trump, Jeff Sessions, and Mitch McConnell all have heavy investments in voting manufacturing companies. Oy, jeez, Louise. That's, yeah. You know, nothing shocks me anymore. Thanks, Don. Nothing shocks me. That's unbelievable. Oh, good night, Dr. Cindy, said Nails and Glitter. What could possibly go wrong, right? Don, it's like, this is crazy. I don't even know where to go. Okay. Did I get to the, no way. I scrolled to the bottom. Anastasia. The N-word is versus using the F word, and he was told that he couldn't tell the joke with the F word because he wasn't gay. Then he said, well, I'm not an N-word either. It personifies how I can be called an N-word. Are you talking about the comedian? Is that who you're talking about? But if you speak badly of another group, it's a problem. Yeah, that's a whole interesting, that in and of itself is a very interesting thing. Who can say what and when and where? Oh, I have stories. Goodness gracious. But yeah, let me see. I want to get through this really fast, and then I will say good night to everybody. People commenting have been amazing tonight. I am just thrilled. And if you are over on Facebook listening, get your butt over here to YouTube. Please help support my YouTube channel by coming over and coming and commenting. Don't be shy. Everyone's comment matters. And Cameron, I saw the Chappelle show. It was great. Nails and glitter. Don't forget Susan B. Anthony was pretty open about her disdain that black men could vote before white women. She's no hero of mine. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know, when I talk about feminists and stuff like that nowadays, people need to understand. I'm talking about real feminists who want equality, equity, and fairness for all women. That's a real upsetting thing for me. You're not a feminist if you don't include everybody. You're just a person who's out for their own interest. Just my take. But so Maxine Waters, she did this interview, and it was, oh my goodness. Anastasia, don't forget the pink hat people who voted for Trump, but that when abortion came up, we had to be all hands. Yeah, I mean, the people are complete hypocrites. And I call them fake liberals. I call them a lot of things, but yeah. Waters commented on Trump's attack on the anonymous whistleblower who provided the final information about the president and what was really going on with his blackmailing, which ended up starting the official inquiry. And so Trump does not like her. But she spoke out, as she should have, and I'm thrilled she did, because you don't get to know the anonymous whistleblower. They have laws like that for a reason. And he's just mad because he can't buy somebody off. If he doesn't know who it is, he can't buy him off. Oh, I wasn't protesting. Cameron, there are a lot of right-wing alphabet people, sadly. Oh, that makes me really sad. When they're, and I don't know if saying alphabet people, if that's an insult or if that's considered, like, I've never heard that before today. So, but I'll find out. But and I know you don't mean it that way, but I'll have to find out. The pink hat thing, ooh, that was bad. That was real bad. I know exactly what you're talking about. If you are a person in the LGBTQ community and you don't support everybody in that community, then you are a hypocrite. It's kind of pathetic. And quite frankly, if you're for human rights and you don't support all human rights of all people, you too are a hypocrite. I've met so many hypocrites. Oh my gosh, I've met so many. It's kind of scary. But it's like you don't get to pick and choose. Equity's equity. But so Maxine Waters told the reporter that the whistleblower is protected by law and that Trump should stop talking about wanting to interview him. You don't get to pay him off. You don't get to do your normal shenanigans, Trump. I'm sorry. You don't. She wanted to say that if Trump knew, she was getting really pissy about Trump. If he knew anything about the law, he wouldn't be so ignorant to think that somehow anybody is going to allow him to interview the whistleblower. As we already know, much of Trump's criticism in general, has gone to non-white people and Jewish people, like last month when he called out the Democrats as do-nothing Democrats and specifically included the names of Nadler, Schiff, and AOC plus 3. He's, once again, targeting specific people, and they are people in numerical minority groups. And that is disgusting. He's going to get someone killed. The ironic part of pretending that the Democrats aren't getting anything accomplished his big no do nothing Democrats, is that the Democrats actually have passed a lot of bills, and they've also really gone for legislature corruption and politics stuff. They've tried to reauthorize the Violence Against Women's Act. They've extended non-discrimination rules to LGBTQ humans. The House tried to raise money to raise the minimum wage. The only reason some of these bills and measures, like addressing prescription drugs, insurance for people with pre-existing conditions, and consumer protection and financial services aren't going anywhere, is because of someone named Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who will not allow them to come up for a vote. And that is just beyond insane. Beyond insane. I see lots of comments and questions that I'm going to go to right now. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Let me see here. It scrolls way down and I got it. Got it. Maybe. Oh, Derek. There's this whole ADOS and non-ADOS thing here in the U.S. It's complicated. I didn't know there was non-ADOS. Well, of course I didn't. I didn't know that. Interesting. And I see here, Caitlyn Jenner voted for Trump and he was against gay marriage. Talk about self-hatred. Jeez. Yeah, and also, like, yeah. Caitlyn is, blah. Definitely. Nails and glitter. I can't keep up with all the letters. Every other month there's a new one, and I no longer know what they stand for. But I love all the sexual and gender orientations. I know you're wonderful, Nails and Glitter. I know. It is really, like, I have kids that are old enough to teach me. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm really bad as it is, and I have kids that can teach me. They're not very patient with me. They kind of laugh at me too, but it's kids. They're like, oh, you don't know that? It's like, I have to have them quiz me because I want to get this stuff, but it's kind of confusing when you're as old and decrepit as I am. I understand. I totally understand what you're saying. Just as long as you keep trying, that's all that matters. Anastasia, Nails and Glitter. Me neither. When they showed up at Black Lives Matter protest or at a SURJ march, then maybe. Okay, so Anastasia, I feel like you're, and I don't want to speak for you, you're saying you're not feeling the support. You're not feeling the support. I think that's what you're saying, and that is extremely upsetting for me to hear because I understand. For some reason, people in varied groups that are oppressed, historically oppressed groups to whatever degree, if we would all come together with some of our educated allies, there'd be no stopping. There would be no stopping equity. There'd be no stopping equity. We'd have the numbers. We'd have the numbers. For other people to see a crossover in a similar plight, if we could get together as, that's all we'd have to do, but it's just so hard for people to do. And it's really sad because we could have the numbers easily, but I think that's what I'm hearing from you, so I can't blame you for feeling that way. Let me see here. Thank you for that, Anastasia. I appreciate your candidness. Gary, sad. In racism group, a black man is anti-gay. In LGBT group, a gay man is anti-trans. In trans group, a white woman is anti-black. Hypocritical. Yes, Gary. I actually, one of the worst situations, okay, it wasn't one of the worst, it was one of top 50 maybe. I had a black man in my group who said, when I was mentioning something about a man who was gay who happened to be black, he said, he's not black. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. He goes, no, he's not black. And I didn't know where to go because it's not my place to tell a black person that. Yet I was like, damn. So what I did was I actually wimped out, and I got some of my friends who went in there and talked to him to try to explain. And the dude was so damn nice, he actually wrote me and he didn't have to apologize, but he did. He said he was sorry, and I was like, wow. Because he kind of like, I guess he came around. So that was extremely cool for me, but I was in a bad spot because I don't tell black people how to feel about other black people. That's not my place. Yet he was saying something that was just like heartbreaking to me. So enough about me. Great point, Gary. As always, you're the best. Anastasia, Dave illustrated the racism and elitism within the LGBTQ community. And is that Dave the comedian again? Dave the comedian? Cameron, Niels, I don't. I think it clouds the real issues. Okay. Sorry, I scrolled up again. Niels and Glitter. Yes, Dave was telling, okay, Anastasia, it parallels the colorism and misogyny in black communities. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't see, they're hypocrites, kind of, I guess. Feminists are not allies. I mean, I guess that I understand that you feel that way. Maybe some could be. It just, like I said, for me, and this is just my opinion, white privileged, kind of arrogant opinion. If you're a white person and you're a feminist, and you are including all women, not just ones that are your shade, that's being a feminist. If, like, by definition for me, you're not a feminist unless you really include all women. That's not being a feminist. That's being out for your own interest. It's just not. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just kind of this like philosophy. Exactly. No equity, Anastasia says. Done. On June 30th, 2018, 3 senators, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, and Tim Scott, introduced the Justice for Victims of Lynching Act to make lynching a federal hate crime. And can you believe that is how long it freaking took to make that a federal? Thank you, Don. You are awesome. History, I remember. And my first thought was, are you kidding me? That's not unbelievable. The Senate, where are we? Don. The Senate voted unanimously in favor of it on December 19th, 2018. The bill needs the approval of the House of Representatives and the signature of the President, however, before it becomes law. Interesting. Nails and glitter. Thank you, Don. You are amazing. What is the real issue? Okay, she's talking to somebody. Okay. Guess who hasn't signed it yet? Oh my gosh, you just came up with a video for me to do. Thank you, Don. Yeah, gee, I can't guess. Wow. I believe it. Derek. Sandra Bland died under mysterious conditions. Black Lives Matter was outspoken, but no feminist. I'm not trying to be divisive, just an observation. Oh, no, you're not being divisive. You're right. You're completely right. It's really unbelievable. I have a big issue with many white so-called feminists. I definitely have some strong words to say. I don't think you're being divisive at all. You're being real. And I appreciate it. You're being real. If you're white and you're a feminist and you don't include black people, you are not a feminist. I don't want to say what you are, but you're not a feminist. You are something else. Sorry. No, now am I being divisive? No, Derek, this is called real talk for a reason. Absolutely. I absolutely was appalled at the treatment of my black, brown, indigenous, mixed racial heritage sisters in the Women's March. I was disgusted. Just really disgusted. Okay. Cameron, Cameron, that sexual identity should not be an issue at all. What people do in the bedroom has no relevance outside the bedroom. Yeah, it's no one's freaking business. Like, do you, people who are hetero, do they go around telling who they do stuff with? No. Well, some people do, but no. Yeah, it's nobody's freaking business. And the whole thing is just, people are unbelievable. It's like, we just want to hate. I just want people to be happy. And who they're doing stuff with, I don't care as long as they're happy. It's like, give me a break. I'm happy for somebody if they're happy. I mean, I don't know. I'm a simple woman. I don't know. What can I say? But thank you for that point, Anastasia. The issues I see is that white women still benefit from white supremacy, and so they have often hooked their wagon to racist men. Additionally, 40% of white women owned slaves, and their autonomy was, hang on a second, based on black bondage. But I don't want allies, I want accomplices. Interesting. I've got to think about that. I definitely have to think about that. You give me something to think about. White women still better. Right. And part of the thing is, I feel really strongly, I guess I'm kind of hardcore. If your husband or mate is a racist piece of shit, and just because you're not, you're supporting him. I mean, you're supporting him. Yeah. I mean, maybe you're educating him every day and trying to, educate him, but, right. It's just like, if you support a candidate who's racist as hell, if you marry someone who's racist as hell, you're supporting someone who's racist as hell. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. And so, yeah. Let me see here. Nails and glitter. Allies are individuals. We can't label the whole group by default. Yeah, it's true. Based on black bondage, but I don't. Okay, that's from Anastasia. Oh no, I'm scrolling again. I'm scrolling back again. Okay. I'm going back. Sorry, I'm losing my spot because it keeps scrolling because a lot of people are saying a lot, and I'm happy people are saying a lot of things. Okay. Gender identity is important and leaves the bedroom, but I do get what you're saying. Good point. You guys, we're here for education. Excellent point. Anastasia, based on, but I don't, okay. Can you tell me, if you have time, but I don't want allies, I want accomplices. Tell me more about that, because that's, I want to understand exactly what I want people who are listening to understand as well. Anastasia, Derek Lips, some from the gay community plan to boycott her movie as well. Okay. Cameron, nails. It clouds the issues. This individual thing is what separates us. It's not about race or sexual identity. It's about economic disparity. Okay, a lot. Yeah, I mean, part of the thing is, they all kind of overlap a little bit, but economic disparity is huge. I will not go to say if it's more huge than something else, but it's huge. But it's not everything, but it's huge. And I know I did not need to tell you that. Nails and glitter, and it's worth repeating that black people within these groups statistically suffer more. Right, yes. And I think this is what you're saying, and I could be wrong, but people in the LGBTQ community, if they're black, they are more likely to be homeless. They are more likely to be abducted. They are more likely to be murdered. They are more likely to be basically have all the horrific things happen. I think that's what you were saying, and if not, I'll just shut up. Okay. Anesthesia. Man, if people were judged on what they did or who they did in bed, how many people would be in jail for life? What are you talking about? No, just kidding. Yeah. Good point. Okay. Let me see. Cameron says homophobia in the black community is 10 times worse. That's what he thinks, and he gets to think what he wants. I know some people say that. I have heard that a lot. But I also have a ton of black friends who are like, not even. I have a bunch of black friends who are gay too. So I mean, it's like, but yeah, I get the excuse from people for being homophobic from black folks every once in a while, because they say it's because of their past and the horrible things that people forced black people into. And I don't know if that's like, I think that's a thing. And so I can't really go there because I can't judge people for, but it's, we all got to change and evolve and, and be the best humans we can be. And that's all we can do. Anastasia. Accomplices are the passenger seat with you, not waving good luck as they go on their, yes. And accomplices are the person who doesn't just go, and I'm just not putting this in your mouth, but doesn't go to the march and then go home with their white friends. They go to the march and have their luncheon with all their friends. I'm so sick of these fake white liberals. It makes me disgusting. I'll go to a march and I got my picture on Facebook. Yahoo! I don't have any black friends. It's like, shut up. It's just like, I've had really bad experiences with fake liberals, and it's, let's not make this about me, but I'll tell you stories. Let me see here. Okay, Anastasia says to Cameron, that's not true or fair. Okay. Sorry, doctor, it's very true. Blacks are really homophobic. Well, in your experience, that's what you think. I've heard that kind of thing, but I can't really speak to it. I mean, saying all blacks are, that's obviously ludicrous. They're not a monolith. They're, but I've heard people say that, but we can't say all because they're not all the same people. So, but yeah, I understand. I get both your points. Gary, Anastasia, I like the accomplice idea. I give the finger to those waving as we drive by. I like that. I like that idea too. That kind of really resonated with me. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for pointing that out. And thanks, Anastasia. I do too. I like that. I really like that. I'm not sure if you made that up or if that's a thing, but you get the prize for the greatest term. Good job. I like that. Let me see. Okay, let me go back. Oh my goodness, I'm skipping people. Okay. Oh, Neil. Hello. Didn't know you were here. I miss you, Neil. I love you, Neil. Don, I'm thinking McConnell hasn't signed the Justice for Victims of Lynching Act, although I could be wrong, even though he said he would support it. Him again? Holding up something that's... Who would not support... God, I don't want to go there. Thanks, Neil. Nails and glitter. Oh yeah, I'm not with the homophobia in our community. I'd rather have the equity than judgment. Anastasia. Cameron, maybe the black people you know, but so are Catholics, evangelicals, Jews, and etc. And you can't just blanket us. Yeah. Okay. Nails and glitter. I have seen some homophobia, but that is also a hand-me-down from buck-breaking, sodomizing male slaves. That's what I was talking about. Especially some folks from the Jamaica and that area have a very, very hard time with it because of the horrific. I mean, Anastasia, nails and glitter facts. Nails and glitter. I do like to share facts. Good. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Anastasia says, Gary, exactly, they're worthless. Supasayan desusmero. Okay, I probably said that wrong. Coolster, black people can be homophobic too. Congrats on discovering this fact. Strange you need to specify a race when talking about oppression instead of solidarity against... You know, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's how he feels. I mean, but we're here to talk about real stuff, and I'm glad you commented as well. It's his experience, and it's a tough one. But yeah, we can't put everybody in that boat, so to speak, because black people, like I said, when they went after, when one of the black fellows on my thing went after somebody, I said earlier, I don't know if you heard, I had 5 black friends. I wrote them and said, can you just jump in because it's not my place? And they said, absolutely. And they jumped in. So, you know, it is what it is. Everyone has their own experience. Overall, I don't know the statistics, but, you know, your own experience will sway your opinion. But it can't be everybody like that. You know that. Thank you for saying something. Suppasayan, that's your, oh my gosh, I can't even say it, but thank you very much for chiming in. Cameron, Doctor, if you are in any way educated or act outside the pop culture black trope, most black people will assume you're gay. That's just life. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. So Cameron feels like, oh God, Cameron feels like kind of like maybe not fair, right? Like it's not kind of not fair, I guess. Is that right? Like you feel like maybe black people in general are too judgmental, maybe? Or I'm not sure what you're saying. Tell us what you're saying. Tell us what you're saying, okay? Tell us. Okay, let me go back and... Oh, goodness. Okay, I found our spot. Nails and glitter. I have seen some homophobia, but... Okay, got that one. That was one I did. I'm moving on. Anastasia, Cameron. Or they say you're acting white. It's white supremacy, not life. Yeah, people have... Oh, goodness. Okay. Cameron is 100%. A dude talked to 3 40-year-old black guys with bad takes on gay people, like all old people, and assumed their opinion is the same for every black. Oh, Twist 13. Hello. Do you just don't force it? Do you just don't force it on everybody? Okay. Well, anyone who forces anything on everybody it's not right. Let me see. Okay. Cameron says, I'm good. Nails and Glitter says, let's all take a deep breath. Gary says, some of my most vocal accomplices are members of groups some label as homophobic. That includes a few GOPs. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of not that straightforward, I guess. It's kind of interesting. I found that, yeah, it's very confusing. Thank you, Gary, for jumping in there. I appreciate it. This is not, no one's a monolith. I even have to remind myself of that a lot of times because I'll assume, well, if you're this, then you have to be that. And it's like, in the sense that if you're homophobic, oh, you must be horrific with black people too, if you're homophobic. and you must be rotten to disabled people, and you must, like, I think I kind of group it all together when I think of if one person's, but I mean, I guess maybe not. I don't know. I don't know everybody, so I haven't sampled everybody. We're okay, you guys. I think this is an okay, the show is about real talk, and we're having real talk. Okay. Let me just back up here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Seppa saying, Jesus and Marrow. Nah, Cameron is straight up trying to make a conversation about homophobia focus instead of his personal issues with black people. Screw him. No one gains anything from his opinion. Okay. Well, what we want to do is, I'm not sure what he is or isn't trying to do, but we're going to try to refrain from, lashing out. I don't know what I'm kind of confused right now what he is trying to do, but I certainly don't, I can't support that idea, but I don't know. But I think we'll be okay if we just, anesthesia. Cameron, I was called gay by straight men, not because of anything you mentioned, simply because I wouldn't sleep with them. Women are called whores because they speak out. It's a societal thing. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people will call me gay because this is like the weirdest thing. I don't really get it, but maybe you can teach me. They say, you are and they say really derogatory things about me on YouTube, about how gay I am, because I speak the truth about our racial history. Go figure, that makes me gay. Okay, whatever. I'm not really, in general, overly homophobic, so I don't care. I'm like, okay. I'm not gay, but that's what they think. It's kind of funny to me. It doesn't bother me in the least. I think it's, speaks to their character, but whatever. They're using gay as a nasty term, which I think is funny. Gay is not a nasty term. It is what it is. This is nasty as straight is a nasty term. But these people clearly kind of out themselves when they say stuff like that. Anesthesia. But honestly, I've heard more white kids kicked out because they are gay than black kids. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Cameron, I'm not targeting or insulting anyone. I just wanted to make that clear. Cameron, I absolutely believe you. Absolutely. It's tough. We're writing here. We're talking about really, really emotional topics that are close to our heart, and we're typing it, and I'm interpreting. There's a lot of room for error, I'm going to say. So we'll just give each other the reasonable doubt that we have, I think would be nice. Homophobia is real. Pretending it doesn't exist is like pretending that racism is over. Right, of course. Absolutely, it's real. Yeah. No, people are evil to people in the LGBT community. They want them killed. They think it's people. Yeah, homophobia is real. Let me see. I am so backed up here. Let me see. Okay, so he says, Cameron, you literally said, sorry, Doc, it's very true. Black people are really homophobic. How is that not targeting black people as a whole? Okay. Anastasia, I'm not pretending it's not there, but to target one group is bullshit. Yep. Derek, homophobes think it's always about the sex. It's the homophobes' ick factor that gets triggered. Teach me more of what you're saying, because I don't quite get what you're saying, and I don't want to misrepresent you. Cameron says, Anastasia says, thank you to Sapasan and the part that I cannot pronounce. Thank you, she says. Cameron, I don't think you made a point there, dude. Okay. No fighting. No fighting. I get what everyone's saying. This is tough stuff. Twist 13, gays are not oppressed like blacks, and that's just the facts. That's kind of a rhyming thing. There's no comparison. We don't compare somebody, you broke your leg, you broke your eye. There's no comparison. Like Dr. Cindy said, she tries to avoid making comparisons because it's pointless. You can't tell someone you can't compare the pain of a person or of a people. But the situations are definitely different. Let me just see here. When did you see the last gay person gunned down by the cops in America? Yeah, I mean, it's a different situation. I am going to... Nails and glitter. Black people, I'm just going to move on from there. But I get what you're saying. Twist 13 Empress, I get it. Black people do have a legitimate negative history with sodomy that has affected black culture. That is more to that state. There's more to that statement. Yeah, absolutely. Cameron, Empress, that's not what I was saying. This is turning into an outrage, right? Yeah, I feel like Cameron's really being misrepresented. That's just my take as the person who's like, I feel like he's really being misrepresented. I don't think he meant it how it might have come across like that. I don't know Cameron, but from what I've just read, I'm feeling like maybe we should move on, because I think Cameron doesn't. I think the spirit of what he's saying is not what people are making it. Some people. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. No, I understand that, and you know what? If you're not homophobic and you're a black person, that's great. Then you're not. And it's just a person's take. And remember, we're writing here. We're not person in front. We can't clarify. It's very hard. Communication's so hard like this. Let's give everyone a reasonable doubt that they're not trying to bag on anybody. Let me see. I have to back up. We're going to move on. We're blah. Okay, hang on. Okay, we're going to move on from that. I hope that's okay with everybody. This is tough stuff. Derek, just like racists, homophobes are generally predictable. You usually can sniff them out in a short amount of time. Probably. Okay. He's kind of acquiesced to he gets it. So, nails and glitter. Buck breaking is a negative history. We were raped and are wary of gay people because we associate that abuse with sexual orientation. Yeah, there's a lot of convoluting stuff. It's yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on. Blacks are enslaved in Libya, Sudan, Nigeria in 2019. Derek Williams. They always think a gay man or a woman wants them. I always say gay people have taste too. Don't flatter yourself. Yeah, I understand. You guys, this has been, in my very, white-centered opinion, a very, very excellent conversation. You guys are amazing. You care so much, and it comes through. Got a couple more comments here. Anastasia. Returns, there is sex trafficking and an overwhelming number of sexual assault victims in the Army are male, so there is a platform for it. Okay. Yeah, you guys, we got issues in this country. But I'm going to probably say goodnight since I have to work at 6 o'clock. But I love you guys. Every single one of you. Thank you so, so much for being here. Nails and glitter. Hey y'all, I assume most white people are ignorant, but I give them a chance to prove or disprove it. Thank you. Yeah, I do the same thing, and I'm white. Derek, because, go with the stats, But as with homophobic men, they're totally okay with two women, as if it could ever have. Right. See, a lot of times they're very hypocritical. Yeah, that can happen. Oh, I know a few of those. But, you know, as long as we keep talking about it. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here. Good night, Gary. Gary, you rocked it tonight. Seriously. Okay, I'm going to say good night, and I'm going to thank you guys. Please consider being on a panel. I will get that out as soon as I can. There are tons of subjects, and I would like everybody who feels comfortable to be involved. I just want to be backed off. We have a format. You guys will talk, discuss, and I will kick back. A dream come true. Thank you so much for being here. And please check out those videos that I put up on the YouTube channel. I put up some really strange things. One was the Syrian people, not the Syrian people, excuse me, the Kurds, and their take on all this, and it wasn't pretty. They didn't have to say much. It was what they were doing. Check out the video. It's a video for them. And I have one up there of a guy on MSNBC who just tears apart Trump with his lynching comment. And then the other one is, what was the other one? Oh, I've just put up a variety of really strange, just very important like things, and I hope you guys check it out. If you know anybody who wants to come to this show to help support the channel and the talk, please invite them. And I can't thank you enough for being here. If you believe like I do that it is way past time for white America to start learning our own racial history, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and write me anytime and I will write back. Okay? Thank you guys. Hopefully I'll see you next week, and thanks for all the new folks that were here. You guys were great, and thank you for all the people who come each week. You guys, this is one of the best shows ever, I think, because of you guys. Okay? So, good night, everybody. And if you're on Facebook right now still watching, shame you for not coming over here. All right. Good night, Cameron. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being vocal. All right. Good night, Twiz 13. Good night. Da, da, da. Nails and glitter, anesthesia. Da, 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 da. And anyone else who is Derek. Thanks for everything, you guys.